All right then. So last time, you all defeated some scarecrows, went back, had a lovely little nap, saw a very magical parade, and Gaddix is going to forever feel inadequate because he cannot make a unicorn that farts confetti.
Yeah, mine's gonna fart fire. Just try me. It's gonna fart fire and burp acid.
And then you all collected in the inn and were starting to get ready. You also went to, where else did you went down to the bookshop, if I recall correctly, yes?
Yeah, a little visit.
Mm-hmm.
Picked up some light reading for the kids, and to learn who the fuck is this Drist guy.
I'm going to murder you if you keep calling him Drist.
Alright, Drizzt O'Durden, gotcha.
There you go, I'll take that. I'll take Drizzt. I'll take the Drizzt. That's actually a mispronunciation used in the books.
It's also, you also did notice the surname of O'Durden.
That one I forgive as well.
Drizzt O'Durden. I'm from the Underdark.
He's one of the men of Baranzan, right?
Usually it's Drizzt Dudden. Drizzt Dudden is usually what it gets called.
The men of Baranzan who couldn't even stomp a halfling team.
Oh, I'm pretending that never happened.
No, that was my team.
Yeah, no, the
Norse bunch called the Men of Baranzan.
And he lost to Pan's halflings.
I think it was a stalemate, maybe.
I should have won. I earned it.
You should have won, yeah, you should have. But you were hot-dogging too much the goal, you forgot the score.
If it's a draw against halflings, he wins. I'm sorry, that's how the tier system works.
But he literally lost a goal because he was hot-dogging too much. He forgot about his dude on the line.
Yeah, a rookie mistake.
Anyway, back to Waterdeep.
But so, you all have collected yourselves. Bjorn, you're in bed. You think you've heard people show up downstairs. Why did my thing go suddenly disappear? There we go.
That's just on the top of his gleaming head.
Yeah, I was trying to move him into place, and then it randomly turned black on me.
Well, that sounds like the sound of small feet, large feet, and medium kind of feet. Looks like everyone's back here together. Right. Pump. Pump.
And he leapt out the window.
Welcome back.
Hey, you finally made use of yourself. Get your glad rags on, come on, we're heading out to the Opry. I fucking know. It's alright, we'll take in a theatre show another day. Go on, get yourself all fancied up like for fucking peacock.
And back up again. And come back dressed down to the nines. It is riding something fierce, I tell you.
Don't fucking need to know. How can it ride up on you anyway? It's got to ride down and go practically subterranean. Alright, kids. All the rest of us have bits and pieces. You can have my key for the day. Alright? Don't fucking lose it. But
okay, we won't lose it.
But if you get bored, japing about and all that there, fancy a place to sit down, there you go. Alright? Because you've got a home to come back to now.
Okay, we'll make sure to come back. We'll keep an eye on the place.
No worries there. Like I said, go about, have a bit of laugh, because we won't. Not right now. We'll take in something decent later. You missed the parade, you know, Bjorn.
Oh, anything exciting?
Oh aye, massive bear. Big white one.
And there was a unicorn being ridden by the drow. Mechanical.
Aye, it's the drow one people like to talk about. Threist, yeah.
Who?
Driz that. He's the one with them fancy
It
two
was
swords.
Drizzled.
Aye. Drizzle.
Oh, right, the two-sworded one. Yeah, okay. I know who you're talking about.
With a
Yeah, I
big
never
cap.
really caught his name, but I remember the swords.
It's alright, we'll find out about him. Ah, it's lovely axe beak as well. Beautiful plumage on it. Graceful looking creature.
And the owlbear. Don't forget the owlbear.
Ah, it was a nice looking owlbear. No, I don't want to forget that one. And then that big and scaled thing, like a dragon without wings, short arms. That was all of us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was something that was sore.
You know, looking at it, you know, we should also look at getting like a bear skin for as a carpet in front of the fireplace.
I'll need to find one big enough around here. I'm not giving away any of my pelts.
I mean, it wouldn't be big enough to cover an inch of this floor.
Well, I mean, I imagine the fact he doesn't do the blanket, he just does the batch of furs.
Yeah.
Probably big enough for a bed. Like I said, we'll need things to show off, because we've got bugger all to show for things right now. Can't really put up a dry head. It's a little bit off colour. Not that nice.
Yeah, pretty bad idea, I'd say so.
I mean, it's just showing a person's severed head. It's no nice at all. You need something notable, but we couldn't do like the brain thing with legs, because Bjorn bollocks that one up.
Well, I wasn't exactly thinking we were going to have to keep something to have at a tavern.
No, you're fine in that regard. I mean, the important thing is it's dead. It's just, nothing to really show for what we've done so far, and then there was all those wee imps in the big vulture thing. Oh, they just turned to fucking ash and dust. I've got to say, we're a wee bit scundered on showing proof of what we've done. Anyways. Time for a fun night out for the kids, and we'll go into the opera. It's alright, at least it's not elven shite.
If it's not fun, why does everybody pay lots of money for it?
Mainly because you can pay. Mainly because it's a status symbol, to show that you've got the money to go to this, and then they trick themselves into thinking this is beautiful art, this is an enjoyable show. Because if they say the truth that it's a load of old boring shite, well then the whole conceit's down and there was no point doing it, and just look a fool. Mind you, it might be fun, it might be alright, I've not seen it yet, I'm just a bit gloomy because it's not my kind of thing, I like a nice bit of theatre, a nice bit of fun, a little bit of song and dance, but not an entire show of nothing but bellowing song that drags on. But we'll see, it might be a laugh. Bjorn and I just had bad experience with the elven stuff that lasted a whole smegging 10 day.
Oh god. Worst God duty service ever.
Right, you three have fun.
We will, don't worry.
See yous about. Off we go, Emil.
And with that, our lovely, fully dressed party heads on down to Lightsinger Theater. When you get down, it's a theater located in the Castle Ward. And when you arrive, you can tell it is certainly a high-end establishment. It is not a place that you want to be splashing mud all over the place. You do find that your seats are relatively pleasant down on the floor.
Oh.
Well,
Unfortunately, you do not have a private box.
no chance of that. That's alright then. It means I'll actually pay attention to the show.
And you do get to see the start of the opera, The Fall of Tiamat, sung completely in Giant.
Dun 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 dun.
Does anybody here speak Giant?
I think actually Bjorn does.
Yeah.
Hang on.
You get that as a rune master.
Hey!
You're the only one. So we're going to keep Ella on you for the night. What the fuck's he saying? What's she saying?
Yeah, I was going to say he's the only one.
Oh god.
I could
Got a
do
good
I could do comprehend languages before we go.
So could Lou, technically.
So could Lou.
Do we want to know what they're saying?
Well, we're there, and it's a show, so it would help.
Yeah, might as well. We
Maybe.
can do it ritually, yes.
Lou, you notice when you enter The usher is giving you a particularly odd expression.
He knows you're a scumbag. What are you doing here?
You don't go along and set it down.
I mean, to be perfectly fair, this is a Highland establishment, so it's not like there's a lot of drow wandering in, because there's not a lot of, drow in the upper echelon that can afford these sort of things. But roll me an insight.
Ah, you see, he likes my suit. Ah.
You can tell it's less that he's mad that there's a drow there. It seems like there's something else going on. Like he's really looking you over 10 ways to Sunday.
Does it look like he's wondering why his suit's on another drow?
The last time I saw that suit, it was leaping out my wife's window. There was no one in it, though. It was just the suit.
Classic invisibility joke. I'm gonna, I don't know. I guess we'll try to hide behind Horik.
Ow!
He lifts him up.
I think there's going to be a stealth roll at disadvantage.
Yeah, give me that. Just for fun.
I want to see this happen. Come on, man.
As long as my knees are hidden.
Close enough.
So a 14. I don't know how to break this to you, but he sees you pick Horik up and step behind Horik, and he looks even more confused.
Especially
Well,
since you're
if I
standing
can't see
beside
you,
like
you
6'7" Hart and the big ass Dragonborn as well.
I'm now looking very confused at Lou.
Well, sorry about that. It's that guy's looking weird at me. Let's keep an eye on him, guys, in case.
What the doorman?
Put me down.
Okay. Sorry. I panicked. Yeah.
Is Lou going to manage to get thrown out of the space before we even get into this place?
Oh, by the way, just to check for in case something should happen in the theater, we are all technically classified as being unarmored, right?
Mm-hmm.
Technically, Horik and I can never be unarmed.
No, armored.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you are not armored.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
Yeah, you're fine.
I mean, is it impossible to have a dagger somewhere in a boot or something?
No, he said unarmored. But you might have. You could probably sneak a dagger.
Yeah.
Arden's
This is
definitely
just
got
an
his holy
ordinary
symbols on him.
wristwatch.
The question is just, would it be allowed or not?
You are not going to be carrying. This is a fancy place. You do not carry weapons and stuff into it. Correction, obvious weapons.
Well, he means sneaking them in.
Yeah, do I have to sneak them in or can I wear them openly?
You'd have to sneak them in.
Alright. In the
Pretty
boots?
much anything on the small side. Yeah.
Yeah, a dagger. Or 2. Or 5.
Or 7.
I mean, a
I'm
boot
guessing
knife is
the-
always helpful.
Oh yeah, so that's actually something was worth asking. Did people bring weapons with them, or did you leave it at the house?
Well,
It's
we're
just
deciding
an
now.
ordinary wristwatch and nothing else.
Harden's
you
just
say-
got his
Yeah.
holy symbols on him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you,
because
you
I-
all got the idea that fancy dress probably means that they don't want you lugging all of your big old weapons.
Yeah, it was,
Now, if you
it was
have-
just more. It was just more if they were like having a security deposit for just that occasion, because I imagine there's probably people who show up with weapons and then just put it into.
I don't know if this is upmarket
Yeah,
enough.
like-
It might just be only their bodyguards that have the gear.
It's like a
Well,
D&D.
it would be one thing if you had something like I'll point out. Lou has a rapier, correct?
Yeah, I would have left that.
Yeah. Well, theoretically, like Lou's rapier, that's upmarket enough where he could probably get away with wearing it.
Yeah, because it's dressy.
Yeah.
But like I left my screwdriver at home.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
This is an emotional support hammer.
Yeah, and while I guess that a +2 longsword made by dark elves probably is kind of high class,
Right.
it's probably
Can I
not the
put-
signal you want to send.
Can I put
Are you sure it's high class?
Can I put Harton's hammer into Cargo and then like shoot it out like in Return of the Jedi?
As we do with 15-minute nod sequence.
Yeah. The hammer's inside Cargo to be shot out at an opportune moment. Yeah.
But where
You
does
took
it come out of?
You took that usher's fucking head off.
But yeah, I guess the thing I just wanted to point out is if I'm because Bjorn probably wouldn't go too far away without some sort of weapon, but he'll probably just deliver it into secure deposit here.
I can only
Rather than
imagine
leaving
for
it back
Cargo,
home.
it would be like the hammer is replacing the tail. It looks very obvious.
No, he's always looked like that. What are you talking about? Let's keep moving.
What's wrong with him
But no,
having
they
a
probably-
badonkadonk?
They probably do not have a weapon check.
Okay,
They have
so
a code
just
check, but probably not a weapon check.
all right. So it's just left back home then.
I would have left all this. We're in a civilized place after all, so just get your knives. Remember that you put the keys in between your fingers, so when you punch someone, you'll fucking kill them.
You keep mentioning knives, and Gaddix is like, "What knives? I don't have any knives. What are you talking about?"
Cue the bowling from Columbine.
I was,
Oh God.
I mean, I was thinking we should get some new dinner knives. What knives? What are you talking about? What the fuck are you looking at me? What are you looking at me for? I've got no knives. He was just talking about knives.
Exactly. Yeah.
Sweating bullets the whole time, playing it cool.
Yeah. His chops are like droopy because they're soaked because he's been sweating so much. Yeah.
Why do you want to shake my hands? You want to take me for knives? Why are you so suspicious?
Why do you think a knife would be in my hand, on my arm? I mean, it'll be in a pocket, obviously, or a boot. But look,
To
see,
be
I've got
fair,
nothing in the
most
boot.
everybody there understands that a knife or so is socially acceptable.
Yeah, I need it to butter my bread. Exactly.
It's
Yeah,
not
Martin would-
banned.
Harton would keep his scarecrow slaying boot knife.
Yeah, it's like America. Everyone's allowed one Glock as a treat.
I can toss it to Bjorn at a moment's notice. But now we're
looking around
sitting-
to the concession stand, see if he can pick up something to drink.
Yeah, wait a minute. If we're not allowed to bring weapons, did Horik have to leave his hands at the door, or how does that work?
No, just his feet.
They made me wear shoes.
Oh no!
My powers are
He had to
contained.
put gloves on. That count as a weapon.
Oh God! They made a halfling wear shoes. How disgusting! Who does that? That's sick.
Also, the fun image of us sitting in the theater seats, and glad that there's varying sizes of party member because we've got Harton, Uzanav, and Bjorn, and Harton and Bjorn are both taking up most of a chair, if not more. But then you've got
Gaddix-
Horik who needs his cushion.
Gaddix and Horik are sharing a seat.
Yeah, Gaddix and Horik need to call in the ushers for their cushions.
Yeah, we're sharing a seat. Popcorn's between us. Yeah.
No, we stick Coggo in the two seats and then we sit on Coggo. It gets us up
Yeah,
to regular height.
Yeah, you can ratchet them up a little bit. Yeah.
Everyone else just sits normal. Alright. Well, we're getting a bit of a spectacle that three of the party can actually understand.
Note to self: build universal translator.
Right, love, I need you to whisper sweet nothings in my ear and also maybe talk about the play.
Oh, that won't be a problem.
Thanks, love.
So yes, you do get the first half up to the first intermission is a very lovely opera sung in giant about the evil Dragon Queen's defeat at the Well of Dragons. It is quite beautiful as from what you can tell. However, it goes on and on and on. There are a lot of points where they're just sitting there and they're holding the notes out. And you're wondering if they can breathe, if they even need to breathe. As they just sit there and they belt the notes. It's quite impressive. But it gets old after the 5th time that they do it, and unfortunately they do it 500 times after that.
Bjorn, tell me, is there a new fucking wrinkle on my head? I could swear I've felt myself age a night a lifetime here.
And of course, eventually, intermission comes. And as you all remember, because you totally read this note just yesterday, if you were wanting information about the Harpers, and if our 2 invited party members wish to join the Harpers, and then our 3rd one who's technically already in the Harpers, you're to go to Private Box C to speak with a man called Mert. I have a feeling 2 party members would know who Mert is, but if anybody else wants to figure out if they know who Mert is, please give me a roll. It'd be a history.
As a mercenary, I know about a man named the Moneylender.
Well, you know him as Mert the Merciless. He used to be a bit of an adventurer. Although from what, Uzana, same thing with you. Both of you knew that he used to be a mercenary, and at this point he's kind of retired from the mercenary thing, and he seems to have gotten a bit old and settled, and he spends most of his time politicking around Waterdeep at this stage of the game.
My God, he's become even more of a bastard.
But he's apparently a contact point for the Harpers, so he can't be that bad.
Well, depends on your view of the Harpers. It could be that they're doing it for the good, or they're trying to keep things restrictive and still in the Renaissance age.
Also, is he played by Chris Pine?
Oh, let me see. No, there is a cutout for this. Where is it?
There's some great art of him and a fantastic miniature I might get. He is the full-blown swollen dude. He is a noble who has earned his gut.
Here we go. Mert.
God.
I'm trying to think of who Chris Pine even is.
See, I would have thought Mert would have been with an E.
Chris Pine is Captain Kirk in the newer.
Oh, that's right. Okay. I'm sorry, it was a blissful moment when I forgot about those.
And just because I didn't show it last time when you were dealing with them, here you go. This is everybody's favorite drow.
Yeah. See, Mert needs a few more skulls, and then he'd fit well in Warhammer Fantasy.
I like Mert. Yeah, Mert, that's a good character there.
Jarlaxle, svelte, trim, a little bit of color. A man of class.
That's actually him in less color than he normally is in.
Oh, God. Looking at Jarlaxle there, I just imagine him and Cornelius bumping into each other, looking each other up, down, passing, and then each going, what a pompous looking git.
The thing is, though, Jarlaxle is correct, whereas Cornelius is not.
All right, so are you all planning to head on up and speak to Mert?
Aye, just so I don't lose feeling in my fucking legs. Get a stomp about, do a wee lap.
I'll pick up a drink on the way upstairs, so I've got something to sip on.
I'll naturally come along.
I'm just getting all kinds of memories of the Elven Opera. I feel like the notes flowed at least. The problem is we're getting stuck on the same ones here.
We have to stay after this meeting.
Aye, we do. Remember, this was a gift, a generous offer. Fuck that. We're gonna go see a matinee the day after. Something nice. Bring the kids along, get some roasted nuts, it'll be a laugh.
Bjorn is just right now in a fucking coma.
Don't you fuck off. You're most of the group's translation, come on. Considering the length of this, Uzana and Lou would have had to cast Comprehend Languages a second time.
Possibly even a third. Uzana's gonna run out.
I think we're fine with eye context, love. It's gotten to the point where I'm not even noticing the change. It's just I see the mouth is open, and that is it. That is the eternity. That is the eternal law. We all drift towards an inexorable class towards entropy. I'm not enjoying this, in case you hadn't noticed.
No, I figured. Just did not think you were not enjoying it that much.
Well, I'm overblowing it a little bit, but it is just endless. I like a story about Tiamat getting deposed and whatnot. That's a nice tale. It's just they're telling it in one of the worst ways. This could have been an anecdote Bjorn and I could have run through in about half the time, maybe about 2/3.
Would you make it rhyme?
Not really. I'd have a better pace to it though. You know, there wouldn't be the long drawn segments. It'd be snappy, punchy, with wee comments and interjections, and him getting it fucking wrong as usual. Look at that, he's not even fighting back, he's fucking out of it. Come on, you!
Oh no, I recognize the words. Fuck me.
Oh no, here's the best part, mate. We're halfway. Right, we're gonna go up and see a man about possibly some covert dogs. You want to come with?
Not for dogs.
Well, you know, it's all this sneaky cloak and dagger thing. I mean, I got to talk to a guard, and at least they get to talk to someone with a face. Quite a face, too, if I remember. He's just got a massive stash.
No, it's just more the idea of that colorful dogs.
No, not colourful, covert.
Covert dogs.
Hey, sneaky. I mean, we could do colourful dogs as well. That wouldn't be hard at all.
So sneaky dogs.
Hey. Like Coggo, but the
Are we
opposite.
talking about... Oh, so we are actually talking about actual dogs.
No. I mean, the phrasing, that was just a wee turn of phrase, love. It's fine. Could do with a wee dog, though. Or a big dog. Massive dog. Nah, I'll hold off. We might get next week. Don't want to have them fighting for the foot of the bed.
All right, so as you all wander on up to the private box, which that private box is going to get mildly crowded.
Well, I'll wait outside.
You got...
Come on, let's see what this fancy place has for intermission drinks.
Ahead of you there.
Horik, you can't. You're meant to be going here to the private box.
You got specially invited along with Lou.
Can I take a drink with me, though?
It's alright, lad. We'll get you one through. You can have Bjorn's 4th hip flask.
Hang on.
The 4th one. That's the terrible one.
Hey, we're going to refill it here.
Hang on. I did bring a wee bit of reserve as I pull out one of my bottles of fine whiskies.
I'll take some of the 6. The 6 is good.
It's a good thing you're not slim, or else we'd have fewer of these. What'd you say?
You roboted.
Battlebread?
Uh-oh.
Not wrong.
Austria just disconnected.
I'll look around the place and notice we've lost the dragon
itself.
There we go, you're back.
Yeah, what were you saying?
My internet. Just hear only robot voice.
Good boy.
Yeah, you're cutting out
That's
bigly.
quite the robot.
He's not roboting for me, he's just cutting out.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
Oh well, we'll give it a mo. But yeah, Horik, you don't get to escape. You've got to do this meeting.
Doesn't mean I have to do it completely sober.
The Red Shellers, we give great first impressions. Hardens managed to completely piss off the servant of that garden. How are you guys going to do this? You're probably going to push Murd out the box.
Alright, so how many are going to end up in the box? Other than the 3 that are required.
Yeah, I'll stay outside. I'll just listen a bit. Keep an eye for anyone who might be listening without permission.
Oh, apparently, Battlebread was until his internet recovers, networks will drink to forget the clothes he's wearing.
Oh, so you're...
There's an easier way to get rid of those.
Unfortunately, Nadrax is required for this.
Womp womp womp.
Alright, on you go.
Alright, yep. So, into the box, the appropriate individuals go.
I
And Mert
knock
gives
on
you
the
all-
door to announce myself.
Oh, do come in, do come in.
Thank you, good sir. I enter while sipping my drink.
The sip, however, does not end until the drink does.
No, I don't know how long this conversation will go on for, and I can't rush these things.
Oh, my dear friends, do come. Have a seat. Have a seat. I'm glad to see that you all decided to show up and hear our offer.
Yes, of course. I look and see if Lou's actually managed to find his way in through the door, or just sort of hiding outside still.
I'll follow in, yeah. We can take this guy.
I unsheath my knife.
Look at Lou with great concern.
I got this. I'll
What
fucking
did
kill
you
him.
just say there?
He said we can take this guy.
But yes, so you all do enter. And Mert just says, I'm very glad that you've decided to hear our offer. Have you heard of the Harpers before?
Not really, no.
Yeah, in passing.
Well, I know our friend over there, he gestures at Nadrax, has heard of us for obvious reasons. So here, I'll give you a little bit of a breakdown. Our general rule of thumb is we like to work in the shadows to make sure, well, first off, we'd like to give a little bit of an empowerment to the individuals down below who don't necessarily have the power to help themselves. And we do like to keep things in balance. We like to make sure that people... too much power can corrupt. And we want to keep an eye on things. And we can't necessarily let evil deeds run around willy-nilly, if you understand what I mean.
Well,
However,
if he
we tend
promotes the
to
balance,
operate
then
in the shadows.
well, if he promotes balance, then he wants just enough evil deeds, not in excess. So sometimes you have to kill a hero too. You can't have too many good guys running around.
Well, it's not a balance of good and evil, it's a balance of powers. Because one can generally say that absolute power will corrupt, eventually, even the greatest people.
Since I'm
Yes,
now back, apparently
Woohoo!
Nadrax is holding like 4 different drinks in his hands.
Well, you're in the box.
Yes, in the box with 4 different drinks, and downs them one after the other.
A bottle is pushed through the curtains towards Horrick's height.
I take
Mert
the
does
bottle.
not seem to object to this.
I then put down my drink and just start swigging from the bottle. No, that's terrible.
What a fucking terrible image she's remake.
Well,
They
you
have
also have to
kebabs,
consider
carrying
Mert.
kebabs.
I know Mert's enjoying it, but it's just
Mert-
the idea of if you look at this, I'm telling you about the balance of powers within this realm, and they're just fucking necking bottles with spares in hand.
Glug, glug, glug.
Because he tends to do the same anyways.
Yeah, so by the way,
I
Are there
offered
any
to top
other
up his drink
future
with the bottle
meeting
that I've
spots?
just received.
Oh, what was the question, Battlebread?
are there any other future meeting spots we can possibly consider?
Oh, it'll depend on the situation. It always changes based on the situation.
Let's avoid
Either
this
sometimes
situation.
I'll find you, or, you know,
Alright.
you might find me. Why? Is something wrong with it?
I do not like that I have to wear this. And he
Oh, but it looks quite lovely.
tugs at his baby blue crested with blue frills, or what was it, white frills?
It was white frills, yes.
Yeah, baby blue with white frills.
It's a
Oh,
good
but it
I
suits
do
you.
not like this. I still don't like it.
You're like the
Oh,
sky.
very well. But Harpers do tend to work independently, so it won't be like you are sitting and reporting on day-to-day basis. For the most part, I would be your handler, and if something happens, you would come to me and report in. and I can disperse it to whoever needs dispersing. I'll also be the one that generally, if there is something that we ask of you, I'll generally be the one to give it.
Yeah. Well, I do owe you a favor, so yeah.
I'm
And I
not
hate
sure
to
how
owe
long I'm going to
someone
be in
anything,
town.
so
Oh, we're not just in Waterdeep. We're quite all over Faerun.
Okay.
is there anything we can help you with currently?
Well, as a matter of fact, there is, but first I would have to know if you all are willing to agree or not.
Horik has just shot downed his drink on the words of, is there anything you can help us with currently? Yeah. It's like, oh dear, here it comes.
So, are you all willing to agree, or it's nothing against you if you decide not to. Lots of reasons not to if you wish.
Well, you know
we
my
can
opinion
help.
on the matter, so it's mostly them, I suppose.
I'll try and help if I can. Though, you may have some information about another thing we're currently investigating that might be useful in trade. Scarecrows coming to life outside the city, and attacking animals and stuff. I was wondering if you'd heard anything about who was causing it. They're magical constructs.
No, I haven't heard anything about that. But I can put an ear out, and if anybody has any information, I'll relay it to you.
That would be good.
You notice Mert pulls out a silver pin of a harp with a crescent moon and hands it to Nadrax, and then he looks between you, Horik, and Lou, and he's clearly looking for the yes or no answer.
I will help.
He hands one over, and then he looks at Lou.
I mean, will this interfere with any other contractual obligations I may or may not have?
I mean, I might have to go on tour with a band, but I have to form.
I will point out that your other boss explicitly stated that he liked the idea of you joining.
Yeah, I guess I can be a double spy.
He says out loud, accepting the badge.
Do you say that out loud?
No, just a regular spy. I should be a regular spy, not a double spy. Why would you even say that?
Okay, there we go. And then he hands it over to you.
I'm officially a spy for the first time ever. Haha.
I think.
He heard that one.
Oh.
Do you notice how quiet he was so he wouldn't give a negative impression to Mert?
Yeah. No way not to talk.
I've currently just filled up my glass again and emptied it. This is not going well.
Mert settles back in his chair and nods and says, "Good. Well, there is one thing that we would like. One of the drays working in the city is pulled by a talking mare named Maxine. If you locate her, you have to find out if she's identified any of the Zent operatives in the area, and if so, about where they're currently residing. Whenever you're done, don't be afraid to just kind of pop it in the post and send it on down to my place."
Okay.
Can you repeat that? I'm not sure I understood it correctly.
One of the wagons that takes people to and from around the city. It's pulled by a talking mare, and her name is Maxine. You have to find her and figure out if, in her time pulling the wagons about, if she's learned the identity of any of the Zent operatives in the area and where they are.
Zent operatives are
The organization
that would be
that runs Zentarum.
Yeah, and you would know about the Zents. Basically, the Zents and the Xanathar Guild are currently in open war on the streets of Waterdeep.
All right.
And possibly
can you
us.
write me that down, the sense, or however they're called?
Basically, the idea is see if she's found any hidden Zent operatives and where they might be
Center.
operating from.
All right. Yeah. All right.
There we go.
A talking horse.
Yes. Name Maxine.
Okay. I shall accept that. That is a thing.
I mean, this'll be easy. You interrogate the horse, and because it's a horse, it has 4 legs to break.
True.
You'll get those Zent names one way or another. It's a lovely hoof. Be a shame if someone made glue out of it.
She's an ally. So yes, here, let me give you my address. And he writes down the address for his residence and hands it over. Lou, you're the closest person, so he hands it to you. If you ever need anything, don't hesitate to pop on by my residence, all right?
Thank you.
All right.
Walk up and find us one of the biggest mansions on the fucking mountain.
Yep. Oh, well, it's big, but there's other things about that. All right, then. Well, I hope you all get back on down there and enjoy the opera. It's quite lovely, isn't it?
I know what they're saying.
Another drink is snuck through the curtains for Horik.
It's an experience.
Quite.
Thank you for meeting with us. It's been good to meet you.
Oh, it's been a dear pleasure. And with that, you all leave and he shuts his door.
Well, you just about seem to have gotten through that.
You sure are popular recently.
Oh, you got fucking badges? I didn't get shit from the garden.
Yeah, you talk to plants. That's kind of cool.
It's not. I mean, it's nothing unusual, to be fair. Didn't they get no badge though? Didn't even get a drink.
Oh, next time ask for a flower to put in your hair.
I could do after Uzi. She looks nice that way. We used to grow a big wee tulips, and there's a few that have the right tone just to set her off perfectly, like the skin tone and all. But just look at her now. She's working that dress well. If it weren't so bloody expensive, I'd make use of that dress for one last time. Well, we'll probably have to make another appearance in some fancy place, and that is a lot of money to change, so I guess I'll let her get it off first.
That's very polite.
Meanwhile, looking over there, Bjorn starting to go. Like, I understand, Jane, but I feel like I did not understand a more than damn thing of everything they said. Is that you're a smart girl? Did you understand any of what this was about?
Most of it, but definitely not all of it.
It's alright. She couldn't understand all of it. We've got the other half to enjoy. But it's I'm getting some of the imagery. Right?
Well, technically we have come here for the meeting. We have completed the meeting. Do we really have to stay for the rest?
I'm trying to remember the exact conflicts. Like, it was just the Harpers who gave us the invites, right? It wasn't a gift from Neverember or anything?
Well, Neverember gifted you the tickets.
Aye. It's can't go being embarrassing or anything like that. We've got to show them we're not the dirt of the soil hicks that we fucking are. Got to put up with this. We can say we went to a fancy shindig. He's a nice
it anyway.
I don't think that matters much for him. Besides, we can say we've been to... It'll be a new story, Bjorn. It means we have a second opera story.
Does any of you happen to have a reverse version of whatever spell you do to comprehend what they're saying, so you understand less of Jane?
Here you go. Another bottle.
Oh, thanks, mate.
Taken from Bjorn's pocket and given to Bjorn.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Do you have a proper higher level version, but I couldn't bring my hammer here. I suppose I could tear off this and he keeps on flapping his hand. I could tear off some of this lace trim, wad it up in your ears, that'd do you. But I think it's inherent of a bloody stitching. Ah, well.
Oh no, I think the Dragonborn is drunk.
Question: how far are we away from the?
Oh, here. Let me pull up
Reactors.
the map. Is
How far away we are from the actors? Oh no.
oh, you're relatively far back and centered.
They're not within breath range, and it might cause issues.
Yeah.
Alright, they're more than 30 feet away.
Yes.
But you can roast the people in the rows above, in front of you.
Well, he's a black sky
No,
dragonborn, and that's acid, isn't it?
I was thinking.
Hurling does not activate your acid breath.
No, I was thinking something completely different, but yeah. They are most likely too far away. They are more than 30 feet away.
Yeah, they would definitely be more than 30 feet away.
Yeah.
I remember when Zazel thought he could breathe fire. That was fun.
The rest of the party remember too. It went everywhere.
I remember I was glad. I just remembered I was glad that Cornelius could do reactions.
Just so happened to hit the slanted roof and angle it.
I just really wish that I had thought about that I could have cast Lesser Restoration on Zarzul.
It's one of those things it's one of those things of no way Lesser Restoration was intended for drunkenness, but every table uses it for that.
But yes.
I suppose. Are they further away than 90 feet?
Why?
I could cast a spell. Potentially.
No.
Completely harmless.
I think this would react. You have to consider this would probably react very negatively on Never Ember, who's the one who bought the tickets for you.
Probably also the Harpers.
And us, who are sitting next to you. Although,
Maybe
man,
security.
it's amazing how quickly all memory of you passes as the guards start pushing through the rows. Never seen this man before in my life.
I mean, narcolepsy is a serious condition.
Bjorn just pretending to be asleep.
With the drow. That was noticed.
I mean, if the actors suddenly start falling asleep.
We could ruin this show so fast.
I think they might be prepared for this.
This is a high-class establishment. I imagine there are protections in place just in case.
Correct. I was about to say that. Yes, they know that this is a thing. They've had drunk wizards before.
Yeah.
But yes, you all do have yet another riveting round of giant opera.
Don't worry about the translation, love. I think we're fine here. We can probably get a printout later. Like a scrolling, you know.
Can I make an examination around the room to see if there's anyone else trying to fall asleep in the audience?
Sure. Give me a perception.
I just want to know whether we're the only ones.
Nope, there are a couple others.
Are they next to people who look totally wrapped and they might have come with them? Okay.
How many of them, though, are old people?
I mean, that's a tough question when you factor in there's a population of elves, dwarves, and halflings. Technically, they're old.
Yeah, define old. That's a
Elderly.
weird. Yeah.
Visibly corpse-like.
One or two of them would be elderly, but
I imagine most of them are sort of young men who have brought out their suitors to what they thought would be a high class opera event, and suddenly realised their mistake.
oh, it is quite fancy. You can tell a lot of the people are probably nobles or noble adjacent.
I scrutinize the crowd. It seems like bullshit that they're all in on this. There's no fucking way they're all enjoying this properly legitimate. This has got to be an ironic thing, right?
Nope, as far as you can tell, everybody's enjoying it, even the ones asleep.
The fuck is wrong with these people?
But yes, thankfully the night does wrap up. You return to Troll Skull Alley. Surprisingly enough, the children are already upstairs in their room giggling about something.
Oh, that could be a bad sign. But first I'll get out of this fucking thing and get proper before to say. Anyway, hello kids, we're back.
Hi, Mr. Harton.
Did anyone
What-
try and
what
climb
did I-
into the place while we were gone?
Not that I know of.
That's good.
I see darkness.
Yeah, fucking hell. It's having a dumb and it's having a very hard time trying to drag the thing.
Mm.
Alright.
Biscuits and gravy. Yeah, every time I pull down. There we go. Because the connection's mildly spotty, because, I'm doing this over.
Yep.
It's like, no, nobody's tried to sneak in that we know of.
That's better. Fold that away, put it in a bag, and I'll be done with that for hopefully the rest of my life. There we go. Rough hewn trousers. You can actually see the stitching on. Good shirt, good jacket, bit of fur trim. Perfect. I've got the comfort of liver and dead animal on me. Although love, it does suit you, I have to say. Like everything else we got was a real mismatch, but you are looking divine there.
Thank you.
Bjorn is just at this moment, he has gone into his room. He's just now walking out, only in a long tunic shirt and his underwear. Freedom!
Are you sure he's wearing underwear under that long tunic?
He has to. There's kids in the house.
Yes.
He can't rely on beard camouflage anymore.
Natrix is gonna get rid of his clothes as well. Store it somewhere. Maybe they can be pawned off later.
And importantly,
You
since
could
it's
also
late,
need them later.
aye. And importantly, since it's late at night, out come the fluffy bunny slippers.
A man of culture.
Aye. Alrighty, kids, what did you get up to
Made
then?
of real bunny?
Aye, of course. Well, tell a lie. It's mostly hair.
Fuck
Oh,
off.
we went down to the dock district.
He's got big feet.
Yeah, we just went down to the docks district. Made a couple coin.
What were you up to? Were you running job?
Well, mostly we were just people were asking where to go and we were giving them directions very helpfully.
Aye, you're wearing that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he just tries to sit down the room, taking up so much bloody space. Unfortunately, kids, I was completely right. And I'm disappointed to say that. It went on.
Oh, so I guess we don't want to see an opera.
Oh, you do? You'll definitely do. Not this one, though. So we can put down The Fall of Tiamat in Giant. We'll put that in the list of not going to see that one again.
I would suggest not going to any opera in Giant or in Elf.
It would certainly help to go see one, we could understand. Bjorn, he'd hit me to tell you this and all, but he's been looking forward to seeing a Dwarven one. One that really shakes the halls with a full booming voice. Fortunately, that has not yet occurred.
Why not?
Ah, we've just not been in the place for it. Like the wee town we come from, Red Shell, there's wee community theatre. I mean, I help out there and all, but it's not the place for the grand old sort of singing performances, you know? Although Horik did do a wee turn there and that. Like, I mean, admittedly, he got less good as the set go on because someone left a bottle beside him. But it was still a good laugh. Oh, that was a time we brewed up, what was it, all pumpkin juice and a vodka sort of thing. It was all mushrooms and all mixed in.
I don't think it was. I think there was also turnip. That was a weird one.
Oh, I love that one.
Somehow gave it a real kick though. Wouldn't expect that from a turnip.
I did like the turnip one though. That was a sweet wee thing. But I know operas where we've been, or where we've travelled to be fair. Like, Bjorn and I, most of the places we went to were a bit bashed up, didn't really have a big theatre presence going on.
I guess
it
that
was
makes sense.
The place they made it. They say it was because it was an advantageous garden. I couldn't see it. Yeah, I don't know. There was some sort of fancy word because there was no strategically advantageous about the position.
He's a wee bit,
Okay.
you know, wee bit of a hammer blow to the head now and again. But I'm not giving up on the entertainment. It's just this one didn't suit us. And then Giant, like, it just took forever. I mean, Bjorn fully understood it, and look at his face. He did not understand that. Because when they hold one word for about 30 minutes, suddenly the word loses most of the meaning around it.
It's when you start realizing, oh, yeah, Giant weren't meant to be sung in this way.
Do you know of any wee, you know, something that suits us a bit more, as in we and us? Like a wee play or something like that there.
Hey.
There's a couple in some of the taverns.
Would you like to go see one of those then?
Oh, sure.
Hey, well planned. Well, might go tomorrow. We'll see how we go. Oh no, tomorrow's I'll have to get the confections and all going. Aye.
Yeah, because that's yeah.
Yeah, you lot are going to be raking it in, I imagine.
Oh yeah, we already have our masks.
Aye, bright and colourful they are.
Yeah. Yep, they present them all up to you.
By the way, has
Soul
anyone
Tide.
seen my spare set of clothes? My second monk set seems to have gone missing.
Hey? Well, losing out there, isn't it?
I'm wondering whether the kids have found a new way to get a new outfit.
I imagine like two of the kids would fit in one of Horik's outfits. Well, no, he's a slim halfling, I suppose. Weren't you going to try and sneak around as well, trying to get treats?
Possibly. I no lures.
Hey,
Large reduced.
to be fair, Bjorn could as well.
Could all go.
Hey, it's a wee holiday we do here. The kids dress up as well, it's a pretense of a runabout like ogres demanding tribute. So you give them wee sweets, confections, things like that there.
Unfortunately, you have a feeling that there are enough dwarves in Waterdeep that people will recognize what a dwarf looks like.
Aye, but he's gotten larger juice.
There could be children.
The
dwarf.
beard will do it.
What are you talking about? Do we shave it off? That's a beard of a 4-year-old. 4 foot long.
You will not touch my beard.
That's really glad.
No, all you need is 2 false hooks to go over the ears.
Hey, can we enlarge reduce just the beard?
Technically, it's a creature. I mean, not these days. He's a bit cleaner, but there were some days in the battlefield where you couldn't get a bath.
All right. So is everybody getting ready for a lovely night's rest?
A little bit of exertion, then a night's rest, aye.
All right. So y'all are going back to your rooms, right?
Aye.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like when the DM really
It's
wants
always
to know
good
what
leading
people
questions.
are.
I think it's I think it's time to see if Saloon can make it.
Go to the fridge to get a midnight snack. I'm not going to my room. I'm wide awake. I'm wearing my armor because you always wear your armor when you get a snack.
I'm drinking 16 5-hour energies. Let's see how long I go.
I'm going to point out, I was letting you have the conversation while I was sitting on the roll that had already happened. So yeah, you all start getting ready for bed.
Yay!
So what all traps did you put down?
Yeah.
You get one
we
each.
Kind of like that.
We loosened the roofing tiles, made sure everything was nice and clean and possibly slippery outside. Don't know why that would happen.
Better not to kill him or injure him, just to make it tough.
Yeah, a sling trap probably could be placed. Leave him dangling from the roof.
Yep.
I forget. Did you all
Aaron is
also
not as creative, so he's just gonna put a bucket over a half-open window.
I forgot. Did you all end up doing a tar and feather?
Not yet. We've only had a day.
Yeah, we're saving the best ones for later.
Though
All
I
right.
did put a line across one area that linked up to some wind chime type things, so he'd make a noise if he walked into it. Though I might have made it a little tight, so it might be also a tripwire. But I'm not sure.
Welcome to the McAllister household.
Ding ding ding.
Merry
the mental
Christmas, you
image of
filthy
keeping
animal.
So somebody roll me a D100.
What's that? It sounds like Gaddock's tool chest rolling down the stairs.
Alright, I guess I'll roll a D100. 72.
All right. So what you all hear is the roof seems to come alive, as apparently the drow is absolutely blind in the dark. He can't see diddly bumpkus. As a matter of fact, was that a... He didn't roll... Wait, did he? No, he did not roll a natural one. He rolled a 2.
Yay!
Jarlaxle will now feel fully vindicated and just torturing this hire.
Even better, this is one of his lieutenants.
For now.
So,
Was a lieutenant. Was.
Consider this
This
your
lovely
probation
fellow.
period.
he's trying to get up to Lou's room, and he slips on a loose ceiling tile. And as he does so, he manages to skip and hop off of it, slides along the very lovely lubed tiles that were down, and then hits your wind chime tripwire, Hork. At which point, oh, I have to get his token out. Hold on.
You gotta
He
get off.
goes,
By this
And-
point, Harton is getting up and just slowly walking with his bathrobe on up the
Harton-
stairs.
yep, as a matter of fact, when you get there, Harton, well, let me move you back.
Okay.
You see the drow shape dropping by your window. And Bjorn, you hear a thud as he lands on the balcony
Just taking a
with
sip.
an audible groan.
Just taking a sip of tea as the ship flies past. Good
And Lou
job,
just comes
lads.
running down the
Good
stairs.
job.
Harton! I saw him! I heard him! Let's go!
Aye, don't you worry. I saw him too. I think we all did.
Just gonna creak open. Just gonna creak open the door.
I'm just
No,
going to
right
look down
there.
from
It's
here.
a long owl walk.
The kids are kind of poking their heads out, wondering what the heck's going on.
It's all right. You can go back to bed. It's just that messenger that we were talking about now. There, he's running afoul of the lads. So it's all right. He's just going to be a bit angry, I imagine. Bjorn, remember, no hurting.
Oh, okay.
I think gravity did most of it. Come on, mate. Come on.
Is he all right?
Up you go.
He
Hang on,
absolutely
let me-
does not take your hand.
I should probably hit him with the cure wounds just to be
Yeah, that's
safe.
what I'm thinking. That's why I'm walking around.
He's getting up. He's looking borderline furious. Lou,
We got a functioning front door, you know.
But it's just like we're walking in, like, you know, the boxers, the open bathrobe, the cup of tea, and the fluffy slippers.
I was given explicit instructions to go through the window.
Aye.
Like, and people standing around him right now.
Yeah. And we did tell your boss. Well, I'm hoping.
Shut the
somebody
fuck up,
told him.
Horik. Shh.
Yep,
You
never
what?
mind.
Nah, it's just before we'd seen that someone had snuck in and locked the windows in and out. So they're just taking a few wee precautions. Sorry about that.
It could have been anyone.
Aye, we were thinking it might... We're not used to these big cities. Could have been anyone leaping about the rooftops.
Right. I'll make a note of that.
Well, now we have to move him.
And Bjorn, he starts trying to shove past you to go on in.
All right, don't worry. Come
all right.
on.
No need to
Don't
be
like
rough.
that.
The fucking
on,
shit-eating grin on the dwarf, though, at seeing the elf eat shit.
Now, come on, have a seat. I'll bring you something to strengthen yourself on. Don't you worry. There, take a seat in the cat.
No, I'm going up to speak with Lou.
He's right here.
All right, I'll be right back. I'm just gonna go down and pour up a few glasses or something for him to strengthen himself on. He had a
Number 5?
traumatic experience.
Are you
He
giving him some of
absolutely
number 5?
ignores it. He starts just going up the stairs into Lou's room because he knows exactly where that is.
Well, he just ran away from Lou.
He figures Lou
Wait,
will follow him.
Yeah. I'll
Aye,
head up,
well-
I guess.
He's not looking back.
Aye, well, fun as that is, my tea's cold and my wife's hot, so I'm going back to bed. Don't forget to turn off the candles.
His tea can talk?
No, it says tea is cold.
Oh, I thought you said.
Oh, actually, there's a slight problem.
Mhm.
Wait, no, never mind. Yeah, he only speaks Elvish.
I can't really translate either.
Do you have any spell slots left to comprehend language?
So terrible.
He probably burnt
going
through
to
a lot
say-
of them to actually listen to the opera.
Well, I'm actually going to say that he has something that lets him speak it for the moment.
He knows a bit of
Jarlaxle has a
common.
lot of shit.
It would
It
be
doesn't
just-
make sense that he.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense that he's wandering around because he is literally wandering around Waterdeep and he can't speak some common.
Yeah, that was be very odd.
At the bare minimum, Jarlaxle will be sending him out with something.
Just ruining this
So, yeah,
whole guy's
Lou.
career.
And Horik, what are you sneaking about for?
I've just snuck up the tower just in case I can hear something.
I mean, you could just hang outside his door.
Yeah, I don't know how he'd react, but Kago was guarding my door. But if he did see someone go up the stairs after Lou, he would follow, or to Lou's room, he would follow. But Gaddix doesn't. Gaddix goes back to his room.
It's a good security
Well-
detail. Everybody's safe.
Lou, you have the feeling the saloon is not happy with you.
Well, there's no way I could have moved all the roof tiles.
All right, we're going to pretend that didn't happen. Don't do it again.
My hands will be off the roof.
I mean, he's
Not
technically
everyone
not.
has.
You can tell he's kind of mentally looking for all the loopholes in what you just said and then just kind of waves them away and gives up. Okay,
Nothing said
We
we
are
couldn't be
here-
stupid.
to learn. I have to teach you this language because you are apparently too incompetent to speak it yourself. So here we go. Let's start.
Well, someone just fucking learned as well.
So give me an intelligence, Lou.
Y'all gonna learn today, son.
You make some progress.
You have
Oh,
It's not as bad as the last time.
protect the doubt.
Oh, hang on. Before halfway through, there's got to be a knock on the door.
Hello?
Lou, you
Yeah.
just see Saloon is just face palming. He's not speaking. He's waiting for you to answer.
Hello?
Ah, hey. There we go. Here's some nice tea and a wee bit of a hot, stiff dram to just kind of, help you relax a little bit. That was a traumatic event. Anyway, have fun, you two.
Oh, thanks, Doran. That was very kind.
You take care, kids. And then he walks
He's
down
looking at
back to
you.
bed.
Yeah, and Lou, you notice he doesn't touch the drink.
Oh, I will.
But yes, you do make some more progress. It's slow work, but I mean, things are going. You certainly haven't lost any progress.
For some reason, the two of you are a tad distracted. Maybe other things on mind.
Mhm. Mostly the look that Saloon gives you implies that he's not your biggest fan.
You really should try this tea,
No.
He says after finishing it.
There's like 3 drops left.
I'm here for work. Let's get it done.
Oh god, how bossed are you also now? Did you add the dram to it?
Yeah. I mean, wait. I got to. I'm going to bed soon. Gotta relax.
Give me another intelligence roll for after you're drunk.
Ah!
You have the strong inclination that Saloon might be ready to chuck you out the window.
I hope I don't slip on a roof tile on the way out.
Once it becomes clear that you are too drunk to function at this stage, he says, well, that's enough for the day. I'm glad you've at least made some horribly slow progress. He opens the window and slowly goes to get out. And I closed his sheet. Why did I do that? Because he now has to, yet again,
Oh no.
try to find traps. Oh
I think he
boy.
found them all on the way in.
Oh
He
no,
did a
no, no,
pretty
because
good
you see,
job.
he only got halfway across.
He just wasn't expecting someone to have put traps up.
Alright, so let's see. Because he's looking now. That's, yeah, that's a wisdom. Perception is wisdom, yes?
Yep.
Correct.
Yeah, I was having a dumb for.
No.
That's how you spell his name?
Yes.
I was spelling it like Old West Saloon.
Yeah.
He's an elf. That doesn't surprise me.
I'm surprised by the lack of
Lou?
apostrophes.
Lou.
We just get the
You see
Wilhelm
him step
scream.
out. Yeah. Horik, if you've gone to bed, you certainly hear it. And you hear him crashing down onto the balcony on the other side.
Just
You just see him. It's the comical. It's almost like a cartwheel.
Hard lifting his head off the pillow to look at Uzan to see if she's awake or not, and then just putting it right back. Fucking dry.
It's not worth being awake for.
It certainly isn't. Come here, you.
So, do you just want to use the front door instead?
You see him just kind of.
The stairs are right through here if you want to use that.
You just see him. He just barges past you, goes down the front steps, and away he goes.
You might have better luck picking the lock on the front door instead.
I'm so glad that worked.
Just.
He's just
I-
ruined this drow.
He had respect before this.
He's a highly competent drow, and yet this happens.
This is beautiful.
This is something else.
This is par for the course for this group of players. Let's be honest.
He doesn't even have proficiency in traps or whatever.
No,
Yeah,
Yes,
it's
no,
an understatement.
you don't muck around with red
Which one of
shellers.
these articles can we buy?
You could probably acquire most of those.
Oh, that's beautiful. He's making a list.
Checking it twice.
Sure, why not?
If anyone has any ideas to add, they are welcome.
I'd probably ditch the flash powder just because we don't want to annoy the neighbours too much.
And
I mean,
theoretically,
it's basically
Jarlaxle
just
might
a
not be
temporary
pleased.
item.
Well, the only problem is if it's flash powder, Jarlaxle might not be pleased if his minion actually gets spotted.
Remember, it's all in good fun.
All
We're
right.
just testing his agility here.
Flash powder goes away.
Yeah, I don't need any of your fancy stuff. I got magical tinkering.
It's just a little bit of fun.
It now emits sound. You know.
With the agreement we made with Jarlaxle, it's basically just like a little testing ground, you know? To see if he's up to snuff. And apparently fucking not.
That guy's teaching. He's in charge of teaching Lou.
Yeah.
I have speaking.
Well, if you remember, Jarlaxle also said, this would be great. It'll keep Saloon out of trouble.
Whoops.
Can you just imagine
But yes.
Jarlaxle's expression as he has to keep a poker face while Saloon tells him the entire story?
It's cute how you think he would keep a poker face. He's gonna be having that shit-eating grin the whole time.
But he wouldn't keep it up until he hears the entire story and then just let it out?
Nope. It's also cute how you think Saloon's gonna tell him that.
Yeah,
It's
actually, Lou
also
fell off the
cute
roof,
that
not
you
me.
don't think Jarlaxle was watching.
Jarlaxle was not watching as far as you are aware.
Which means he was.
That doesn't mean he wasn't.
He was Bjorn in disguise.
He was sitting on the opposite roof watching him fall
Our
down.
dwarf,
Anyone. He could even be you. He
Yeah.
could even be me.
our dwarf is still in the fields fighting scarecrows.
It was obvious. He was the red spy. He'll turn red any minute. No, wait, that's
Actually,
blood.
hang on. Now I just want to see, just for the fun of it, what would my would it have been, acrobatics or athletics to cross the roof?
Well, first you'd have to be
Oh,
looking
yes.
for the traps.
Oh yeah, perception first. Yeah,
Yeah.
just want to see. Yep, I would have spotted all of them.
And then, yeah, it would have
Just-
been actually
just-
dexterity.
Just assigned to flex in the drow, huh?
Okay, but then
You would have seen it exactly coming towards you.
yep.
In clarified detail, every single moment of your fuck up would have been seen by you.
Yeah.
Which is worse. It's far worse. I'm not going to slip on that banana peel.
Yeah. It would have been like something out of fucking Family Guy sketch. Not gonna fall for that.
All right,
actually,
so
would've-
you
would've
finally
had-
do get back to sleep.
Would have had to, of course, get up, tell the kids it's just the drow again, then go back to sleep.
Yeah.
We didn't
I was
expect
like,
it
what
to
the
happen a
heck?
second time already.
Yeah. But we all hoped.
So yes, you do wake up in the morning, and preparations have already started in the streets. Some of your neighbors are actually out there building what seems to be an effigy of a troll to burn. You didn't know this was a thing.
Ooh. Oh, woodcraft. It might be some
And the
time.
The kids are excitedly, running about because it's not until noon that they can go around starting asking for treats. And tricks get played when sun comes down.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Bjorn.
You need any help with that, getting that troll set up?
And you see all of your neighbors are actually out there at this stage of the game. Let me actually pull up Troll Skull Alley.
Hey,
here.
we've got a bit of a knack with this sort of thing.
Time to start
There we
cooking.
go.
I say that knowing, but we don't have any fucking tool proficiencies.
Oh, Bjorn is a blacksmith.
I know, but we're not making out of metal.
Well, yeah.
I have thieves
There we
tools.
Let's see. I got woodcarvers. I'm proficient in woodcarvers tools.
Where did I drop it?
Smiths, tinkers, thieves, woodcarvers.
I hate this drag and drop, how it's not working, because I was drag and dropping what was going to be the facsimile.
Hmm.
And now I can't find it. Did it go under one of the other ones?
You remember that troll we dealt with about a year and a half ago, right?
I mean, do thieves' tools and the poisonous kit count as tool proficiencies?
They are tool proficiencies, just not for making something out of wood.
You were asking him about a tool, you said? Because he looks at you and you're just, yes, it's called a plane. You smooth out the wood, yes. It's not complicated.
Here we go. This is what... Oh, I found the spare as I've already dragged out the new one, so delete.
David, remember that one that had the bent nose and the snaggletooth? It's got a bit more of a fearsome look than this one.
Here we go.
Okay, the player is struggling
There
to
we
figure
go.
out what you're describing now.
No, he's just making it up.
Okay, dude.
Yeah, it's a case of this is something we did previously, before an adventure.
Yeah, no, I'm just
Here you
thinking
go.
bent nose, snaggletooth. What could that be? Like,
No, it's a troll. He's talking about the last time they dealt with a troll.
oh, I thought we were
This,
talking about
this
tools.
area down here is where they're building up that
Aye.
effigy.
This is where the Wicker Man goes, aye.
I thought we were talking about tools. I thought you were like describing it. You
Bent nose and a snaggletooth. It's a really old pair of pliers.
Yeah, they're called vice grips. I invented them.
It's
Yeah,
a
you
lovely
did
dwarven
one
you've
for-
got there on that thing you invented.
You should have called it a Gaddix grip. Why would you Vice? Come on, you named it.
He's just taking
Yeah,
dwarven
follow
inventions
coming
and
up
filing
now.
the dwarvish off.
And Brick and Avi and then Tally, they're all kind of coming out. You notice that the Vincent, your lovely private eye, and Rashala, they're not coming out, but
Aye.
a lot of the other, regular town folks are kind of muling about, getting ready for things.
Horik is busy in the kitchen.
Many snacks to many snacks.
Aye, since losing there as well, I will help out with a manual labour. Get at all of these
Fine,
faces.
Yeah, Chicago will help with the manual labor. I don't get my hands
This
dirty.
one guy.
Well, how'd you make cargo then if you don't get your hands dirty?
You ever heard of gloves?
He might not have. You can't take it for granted. He's Drow who doesn't know Drow or Elvish.
He's definitely heard elves talk before.
He's been in the presence of other elves.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can understand Elvish.
He said the word for bathroom, important stuff.
Yeah. He knows how to order a drink in any language.
Beer.
No, that's the thing. I want a drink. That's all you need for every language. It's probably what Hart and Bjorn know as well.
That and usually also how to tell that your mother accepts money for carnal pleasure.
Yeah. He
said she does, but she's too rich. She does, but she's too rich for your blood.
Zing.
She's a classy woman.
Alright, so you're going to spend most of the morning getting your lovely treats ready and helping prepare the festivities?
I didn't know of this as part of the proceeding. Just knew about the thing you give out to the kids.
Oh, it's just, a little bit of fun we like to have around here.
Aye. So there's these here trolls set up all about the place?
Oh, yeah, more or less. Just a couple. Not every alley does it, but...
Gaddix is
And
trying
then,
to
of
make
course-
the most impressive troll ever. He's going to show these assholes up.
Yeah.
We're going to have the best troll.
Well, yeah, it's going to be a 10-foot tall. That's the idea.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're gonna. Yeah, fuck these other trolls. My troll's the best.
Luckily, he runs out of
No
time
way
because
that
he
could
goes
go
through
wrong.
4 prototype phase on little miniature trolls.
I'm just.
Yeah, your troll is going to be 20 feet high, but 1 foot wide. It's just a pole.
Yeah, that's the nice thing. You mentioned all the prototypes. All the prototypes are scattered about the lawn.
Why is it so thin? Because that's how you most efficiently burn it, by just making the pole.
The troll pole.
We will definitely be chipping in on this one, then.
Yeah, that's definitely what Bjorn and Arden is going to be doing. Good manual labor.
Hold on, guys, one sec.
Okay. Good, honest muscle work.
But Horror comes to the horrible realization that Lou is humming the opera from last night,
Oh.
and he knows all the words.
Just can't get the tune out of his head now.
Just one fucking note for 5 minutes humming.
He
He walks past you and then comes back on the same note.
Oh, wait, hang on. No, it's not me humming. I just got tinnitus from it. Fuck.
I was gonna say, you wonder how he's humming. It's like he hasn't taken a breath. You're thinking this doesn't make sense. This isn't possible.
Why is he talking at the same time?
And of course, we show these upper classes what it's really like. As the axes come out, work in the wood, the shirts come off, the glistening beer. Mug after mug, we're basically Diet Coke adverts.
No, that sounds more like a Coors Light.
We could
Make
sell
art-
something with lumberjack branding, is what I'm saying.
We're going to create a marital issue between Embrick and Abby.
Apparently, Pepsi Max is huge in England, and they have ads like that. Yeah, so.
I haven't really seen
Oh,
much,
that-
but yeah.
With Pepsi ads, you think that one with like one of the Jenners and the at the riot.
Oh, God, yeah.
I'm so glad I don't have cable because I understood some of those words, and I have no desire to see that.
Oh, it was glorious.
It
What
was
about, what about the MMO one?
Stop
I
giving
am
me.
you're one Coke away from world peace.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, I'm okay with the video game reference. That's cool. Yeah.
No, it was
I'm
fucking
gonna
worse.
point out,
It's rarely cool.
Right?
taking pills after you've had a scope shoved down your throat is very fun and exciting.
Ooh, hope you're alright.
Yeah, just mildly uncomfortable.
Hmm.
All right, so what do you all plan on doing for most of the day? Just
Well, Horton and Bjorn are having the sweaty, shirtless scene as we toil on this troll statue. All the rippling biceps Ali could need.
Ark is currently doing toffee apples and caramelized popcorn and a few other things while trying to keep Lou from eating it all.
And yourself.
One. Come on, one more.
Addix is running the numbers. He's going to how to create the most efficient, biggest flame. We're gonna have the best troll. Like I said, this is gonna.
Alright, all we have to do is get rid of all the oxygen in the room for 1 second. Just make it a total vacuum so it rushes in and catches fire.
All right, I'm gonna need a
Magnesium powder.
giant glass dome, Harton. You got one of those? Yeah. Okay. Lower it over the troll. Good.
Hey,
Good.
if you want to fiddle with gases and gravity, you've got me wife.
Yeah, we're gonna put a dome over the troll and then suck all the air out. Yeah.
I suppose Nadrex will assist, fiddle with his stuff. Maybe try to take a peek underneath Kogos chassis.
Lewd.
That's the coffee spout.
Yeah.
That's why only Gaddix drinks from there.
Yeah. You lift the tail and the coffee comes out.
Just always, please always
Very
use the class.
appetizing.
Never go direct.
So yes, right around noontime, you do notice that it's still very foggy right now. It has a light drizzle, but it doesn't seem to be really stopping the children. They're all running around. They're begging you
Oh
for
God, a
sweets.
light dritz.
Drizzle.
Shit.
They named it after him. It used to just be called a light rain.
You can't make that joke because we have one of those too.
Oh no, nothing's named after her except a new law on crime.
But you're generally watching. It seems for the most part everybody's having a good old time. The kids do circle back around after about 2 hours, and they are quite proudly presenting their bags of goodies that they have pilfered.
That is a wonderful display. Sadly, we will have to take it. Nah, it's alright. It's all yours.
Thank you, Mr. Hart.
All right, and now for my
You can
cut.
share some. You sure you don't want a candied apple?
Well, now you're twisting me on about it. Of course. Good on you for
As
sharing.
a landlord, you're entitled to 40% of their labor, right? That's
Hey.
how that works.
What are you talking about? They're child laborers. I'm entitled to 100% of it.
No, they're not a protected class.
Aye, good on you. Good on you for sharing. Good
is.
instincts.
I hate how true that is. They're not a protected class.
Squidly does hand over a candied apple. And right around then, you start hearing, they're coming from the south entrance. There seems to be a lot of cheering from the little children. And you're hearing lots of very interesting sounds, a lot of whirring and you kind of like buzzing, woo, like the kazoos.
So you
You have a
guys.
feeling.
Aye,
No? Does that sound like machinery to you?
aye, a wee bit.
It's the blow ticklers and all that fun jazz.
You know, he's right. It does kind of sound like machines, but Gaddix won't admit it. He's right.
And coming around the corner, you see Zord with a large sack of things and a bunch of very excited children as they're now kind of, taking whatever little googly bits that they've got from him. Seems like he's gone, instead of food bits, it's more, exciting bits that's going to annoy their parents to no end.
Aye.
And he kind of wanders on up to you all and goes, "Oh, hello there. Are you having a fantastic night so far?"
Aye, it's a new experience. Didn't have this one back home.
"Oh, I think it's rather quaint, don't you?"
Aye, it's a
So
good
much
laugh.
fun.
I mean, look at the smiles on the brats. That's enough for that there.
Mhm. As you say this, you also notice a little farther down the lane, there's a curmudgeony old lady who told some kids to kind of, bugger off. And you see that she gets a rat thrown into her face.
Oh, that's a wee bit much, rat. The kids have been prepared. They made sure to starve that rat several days before, so it's hungry.
Holy shit.
Oh, no.
There's a burly dwarf that's walking down the alley, and you see a gang of kids pilfer his pipe when he tells them to go away. He's not interested.
All right, we're getting
That's
a bit
right.
more on the crime level of Trick.
There's a full-grown man who's getting his Achilles heel sliced over. Ah!
An elf dude who just said, "I've got nothing," and the kids glass him.
I'm just watching the rat eat this old lady's face going, is somebody going to... We get to do something about that?
We probably should. I'll be back in a mo.
I feel like we get hired to get rid of things that do exactly this.
I will point out, it doesn't eat her face, it gets thrown in her face, it panics, and it runs away.
But it's just like, I'm just thinking, like, are we ignoring this? We're not...
I don't know, I like our version better.
Yeah.
Just all of the people from Waterdeep just going, "Oh, kids will be kids."
Kids will be kids as broken glass is chucked at people from across the street.
Yep, pretty much.
There's a noose dangled from a rooftop, so...
Slowly just turns into the purge.
Yeah.
And Zord turns to you, Hart, and just says, "They seem to be getting a bit rambunctious. What do you think?"
Hey, a wee bit riled up. That's a wee bit much.
No, it's about right for the children. Oh, I do have to mention, we do have to arrange for a time for that delivery I promised you.
You say that, but if the bottles were in the basement...
Pardon?
Hey.
Well,
Have a wee
I
look?
haven't said... Oh, sure. Well, by all means, lead the way.
Hey, alright. So I realise, but Zord, like a vampire, needs to be invited in before he disrobes. Did I?
He is not disrobing.
But I just leave him at the bar and then go on down, bring up one of the bottles. It's not yours.
Now, this is... These are identical to what I wanted to send, but they are not the ones that I was about to send. As a matter of fact, I have them lined up on my boat right now.
All right. Well, we've been getting a lot of attention otherwise from other people, so probably from one of those benefactors who just decided to be a bit humble about it.
Well, in that case, whenever you run out of those, let me know, and then I can give you mine, then.
Aye. Luckily, I've convinced Bjorn that this is elven made, so he's not interested. That way, they'll last to be sold, maybe.
Oh, maybe. As a matter of fact, it's a Luskin brew. So human.
Aye, like I said, I'm just saying that to keep it down low so he doesn't just chug it.
What's that about Luskin?
It's alright, they've got elf brews there, that's where this is from. It's elven. Pointy-eared.
Okay, never mind.
Practically water.
I forgot. Bjorn, were you there? You were not there for that, were you?
No.
That was when you were gone. Effectively, after the parade, Zord has invested into your tavern, and he offered to send you some wine. And, some wine popped up in your wine cellar. It has a very peculiar label that is an eye patch that says One-Eyed Jacks.
Whoever could it be from?
No idea.
I heard they await with wine. You know, just a thought.
Yeah, One-Eyed Jacks awaits with wine.
I never expected that from the ice cream boy.
So he just kind of gives a little bit of a shrug. All right, then.
I mean, we're not refusing your
figure
gift
out who
either.
your benefactor. Yeah. If you ever find out your benefactor, do let me know.
I've got a fair idea, it's just, you know, not been focused on the troll and whatnot, and then seeing the wee kids running about. Jesus Christ, that one's got a knife.
What? And he does turn around to look.
No, it's alright, it's wooden.
Oh, alright, that's fine.
God, a knife! No! Yeah.
Well, let's pop back out. Let's enjoy some of the festivities.
Aye. So you have this, are we expecting this like a monthly thing? Some new wee festivity?
Oh, this is just a one-time.
No, I mean like
the
wee different
festivities here?
occasions. Aye.
There are a bunch of holidays around here. I must admit I'm not 100% in with all of the holidays.
Aye, what with being a traveller man.
Exactly. I usually rely on particularly the children. They tend to tell me exactly when things are.
They are well useful, aye.
They keep their ear to the ground. They know what they like. And they're not afraid to tell you.
And hopefully keep well out of
Perfect.
trouble. Well enough.
Yeah. Well, let's go back out. I think they're getting ready to light the, or try to light the troll out there.
Oh, I mean, no bother.
It's a bit drizzly. It's going to be hard.
I got this. I think. I mean, technically I haven't picked my spells yet. I'll just swap one. Perfect. Let's swap out.
So everybody, please do arrange your tokens wherever they actually are at the moment.
As the troll comes to life.
Unlike those scarecrows from earlier.
It's alive! Alive! Gaddix cries.
Gaddix, what the fuck did you do? Don't you like it? Look at how lifelike it is.
It's working!
Is there a balcony on this side of the house?
Hey.
Yeah,
there would be.
Yes,
right here,
there
right?
is.
Yeah.
Right here, yes.
Well, that's the best view. That's where I'm going to be for the lighting.
Haruka's handing out little paper bags of caramel popcorn.
It's alright, I've got create, destroy, water. So I can just suddenly sap out the moisture from it in one go. You can tell that thing's gonna go
Alright,
up.
and then Nadrax.
Yes. Was going to be around Kogo?
Alright then. Oh, and then Zord is over here with Harton. There we go.
We don't need to hold hands.
So, he was not going to hold hands.
I don't know, I'll get the swinger air from him. As he approaches Uzana, what if I gave you 600 gold coins for one night with your husband?
fuck?
And Harden, what if I gave you 700 gold coins for one night with your wife? Alright, well, she is the prettier one, I'll give you that.
So yes, you do notice the two blokes. Two blokes. There we go. Two blokes on either side of the wicker effigy of the troll are currently rather busy trying to set the troll alight.
Well, that's why I use that spell.
And you notice through the fog comes running a white-haired man, and he's bolting. His face is a mask of terror. He is just bolting on past you.
You alright, mate?
And right about the time you'd asked that, unfortunately, I closed the bloody window. You see, coming out of the fog and mist.
Gags,
you came to the wrong.
Gags, is that yours?
No. It is a massive green-skinned giant dragging a ball and chain across the cobbled street. A blind helm covers the troll's eyes, but its mouth is a veritable cavern of sharp teeth. It flails its arms, slashing at the fog around it, and lets out a horrible wail of frustration.
Gaddix is very angry. That troll is better than his. He's pissed. I spent all this time, and fuck this place.
That's amazing. How the fuck did they do with paint?
And the sounds.
That's the city.
Zord, that yours?
No, that's not mine.
It ain't mine either. We'll fucking deal with it.
Hold on one moment, because there's two other things that are involved, but I can't find the bloody sheet. Is it under W?
4 more trolls emerge.
Where's the city watch? I checked under city, which is where they should be.
Bracket watch / city.
Bandits.
Maybe just list it under guard for generic?
Yeah, I tried that too, and I didn't see it there. Unless I've missed it.
Pretty sure it was Ashen's video on that one, Braider. Never was.
For what? I'm sorry.
For the frozen recorder.
There we go.
Oh, yeah, the thing I posted, yeah. But I was just
behind the blind troll, you can see these two city guards are trying to sneak up behind it, hoping to strike while it's distracted. Meanwhile, the white-haired man who's currently trying to leg it by you just shouts, "It's a troll, do something!" Are you going to do something?
Aye.
Is this part of the ceremony?
No, love, this is not planned.
Are you sure?
Aye.
All right.
Because it's not.
This evening just keeps getting better and better. Live entertainment and an audience get to participate.
Whoa.
Harton doesn't get to participate until very late. Oh.
You shut your fucking mouth. Welcome to the bench.
Put me in, coach. No.
Uh-huh.
How do I add somebody to the tracker?
You right-click for token.
And then...
It'll be a first option, add turn.
Oh. There we go.
Or you click them whenever you click the token whenever you're clicking on their sheet for initiative.
Oh, I know. I hadn't done that, so that's why I was...
No worries.
Where did his sheet go?
We're a pretty dexterous party.
Oh, yeah, you are.
And yet...
And definitely showing.
Yeah. And yet... let's see, what have I got in my spell list for this? See, the guard are being quiet. Harton will not be quiet.
But you want to go before or after me? I could do it. I could give you something pretty cool.
I don't know. I'd say Harton's more reckless, so probably he'll go first.
Hold on.
Up to you, Will.
I literally looked up guard, and then I did not keep their sheet open.
Ooh, actually. Never mind. Balls. It's always annoying when you have a good spell and then you notice only humanoids.
Yeah.
Okay, and then
I mean, isn't
guard.
it technically a humanoid?
Nah, they're definitely a monster.
Why didn't that keep? Oh, bugger.
Does the
So
humanoid
that
have
is
to
a
be medium or
23.
No, it doesn't have to be medium. It just has to have the classification of humanoid.
right? Which I would assume is rarer for bigger things.
Yeah.
And do you see the guards initiative on the tracker?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
They're so fast.
Yeah.
It's almost like they're meant for this.
Not as fast as Zord. He's out of air.
Here we go, and then. All right. Speaking of the top of the round, it is Zord. And what he decides to do is he starts rounding up all of the children and he starts shooing them down the alleyway. Telling them, nope, 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 you all need to get the heck out of here. Let's go. And he starts shoveling them around the back of the building.
Why am I not surprised?
It's for a good reason. You don't want the kids to be eaten by a troll. It's just his token art is not that encouraging of confidence. While he himself seems to be exuding confidence and other things.
There we go. As they're running off.
Such a weird
'Cause they
thing to put
dash.
as a reference as well. We need an NPC, what we're going to do? Did you ever see Zardoz? No. You've seen a screenshot of Sean Connery from it? Yes. Do it. Because even we haven't fucking touched
Alright.
Zardoz in our shitty movie nights.
I have seen Sardos. What a weird fucking movie.
Never
Is that
seen
Sean
it.
Connery?
Yeah,
Yeah?
I think look, Google it. I think
Can you
I've
spell
seen
that?
maybe like the last 5 minutes, if that.
I've seen the whole movie. I don't know why. I just kept watching out of sheer morbid fascination.
Well, that's good then. It has something to it.
No.
Oh, yeah. And I did mention, yes, these ones were all booking it.
Yep. Everyone
See
getting
all
the
these
fuck
guys.
away. Just the red
And
shellers who
the
haven't.
child was also included.
Just the red shellers who haven't even stopped drinking and just casually chatting as the monster approaches. We're used to this shit.
And all your neighbors ran as well. So
Right.
then.
I've just realised this is the second one we've dealt with since this fucking town started.
Oh, yeah.
And he starts making a swing. However, he's also blind. So.
Oh, God, he's
19,
going
I
for your
think-
wife.
I think he's going for me.
Yeah. No, he's standing right next to your wife.
Oh, he's gonna fucking regret that.
So sorry, it's also thanks. So 19 hits Uzana, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, God.
Yeah. It's
For
alright.
11 damage.
Yeah, that's okay. He's only got
As
4
I
more of
switch it
those.
over. There we go. And then I don't think an 11 hits.
Nope.
And it tries to bite. Does a 14 hit?
Nope. Mage armor's wonderful.
It is. Nadrax, a blind troll has shown up.
Yay! This thing is still on fire?
It is.
Nice. Okay, I suppose I will have to use my bonus action to dash. And I would like to try and grapple the fucker.
Okay.
Does he beat the 17?
Let's find out.
Just straight, yeah.
That would strength, yeah.
Yep.
Nope. He's blind.
Wonderful. Then I would like to push him into the burning troll.
Would that be 2 turns?
Yeah, it'd be another action.
Yeah.
Technically, I can move him and
Don't-
drag him with me, but only at half speed.
I'm not sure if you
And,
can do it if they're a size larger than you, is all.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Said
thinking.
anything about that.
Is it the case that you can grapple something that big? I can't remember.
You can, yeah. You can grapple something that's one size
size
larger, not
than
two.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember it because it kind of made it very awkward when the Covenant's Dragonborn Simon, no, not Simon, what was it called?
Malico.
Malco grappled my fucking
Put
bronze
your
golem.
put your keg golem in a fucking headlock.
No, not the
I
cake
mean-
golem, the large bronze golem.
Yep.
I mean, technically, I would also be happy with just pushing him into the fire.
Yeah, that I think would probably be a better idea is if you moved around and you pushed them in. Because that would be one action.
Yeah, then I'm going to push
And
him
it-
into the fire.
Yeah, and then the rolls would stay the same. So he would definitely go in and he would start howling. You can tell he's not a happy troll.
Yeah. But that will be it, because I've used all of my movement for it.
Guards. Two, three, four. They're almost there, guys. Bjorn.
We didn't feel like running into this.
No. They are still being cautious and hesitant.
Let's see. So,
I wanted to move up, if I may add that.
yeah, so can I assist by knocking over the burning troll onto the troll?
You can.
Although, would it be tall enough that it would actually hit the building over here?
You've already burnt a
that's
building down
possible.
this map. Why not do it a second time?
It's possible. And right now the troll is already partially on fire.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna settle for trying to beat it up then. Alright. Well, I don't think he would have time to take out his shield, so he's just gonna go longsword two-handed.
Okay.
Oh, buddy. I'm just gonna action surge that one. There we go, better. Does that hit?
And it
You had advantage.
does.
Oh yeah, sorry, I had advantage. Yeah, so that's just the first one. Yes, I forgot the troll.
Oh, it does hit.
Fine.
Also, just check there, Battlebred would have been able to drag him at half speed,
Oh, okay.
which is surprising.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have done a lot of grappling before.
Yeah.
So
10 damage and 4 fire damage.
Okay.
Might not even get to go here.
Let's say. Yeah.
And yeah, sure, I'll just action surge because for the moment, that doesn't seem to be anything threatening, so with advantage once again, but not any fire damage this time.
The guards get pissed because you're screwing with their new K9 program.
13.
All right.
This is a sniffer troll.
Anything else?
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot that I could also do the fire rune. So it takes another 2d6 of fire damage and it has to do a strength saving throw. So yeah, it takes 4 fire damage.
Makes you realize how weird of a sight a group of adventurers are throwing shit down.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, and it beats the
Breaks free of a change dramatically.
Okay, now it's my turn.
Uzana, you have a troll in your face.
Mm-hmm.
You hear a shit ton of snarling and foul language. It's not coming from a troll. What are you gonna do to it?
I'm gonna disengage and walk away.
Smart woman.
I mean, she could always pulp him. Actually, you could just walk away. He can't see you. You can't. You can only make a tax opportunity on things you can see.
Really? Are you sure about that?
Yeah, you have to be able to see your target. That's one of the benefits of
That
invisibility
is
and stuff.
actually correct.
Oh, well, then I'll just walk away.
Just walk away.
Quark.
I move up to the troll
Hmm.
and proceed to punch the hell out of it.
Hit. And hit. Hit.
Okay.
Yeah, hang on. You've only got 3 attacks with your key point
I
burn.
spent a key.
No, that's what I'm saying. You've only got 3 attacks. Your 1 and
Oh,
then your
yeah.
flurry of blows because we're below level 5.
Yeah. Damn.
And don't forget your wee bracer thing.
Yep, a little zit of sound of lightning goes off. Another 2.
Yeah, 22 damage. Pretty good.
Gaddix, how's that flame working out for you?
Yeah.
Gaddix.
I don't have anything that makes flame.
I thought you were trying to set fire to things earlier.
He does
Well,
have something that makes flame. It's just an inch of flame.
So I don't know how
Surely
much good
you
this is
got-
going to do. But
Sure, you picked up some oil or something to help with the fire earlier.
it's too big. Kago can't get his jaws around it.
Take the oil you took from the kitchen and throw it over the troll.
All right. And so Kago does not hit.
Yeah. I figured that. But
Harton.
Oh, you fucking bat. Do you need this one alive? He calls out to
Who
the
are you
guards.
talking to?
The guards.
No, please kill it.
Walk in, alright? I will. Advantage. Ooh, that might not hit. 11.
Does not hit.
Leave the head intact. We need a trophy.
Too fucking angry for this shit. Come and get me, you fucker. Come on. Take a swing. Let's see. Do I have anything else? I don't think so. Alright, that's it.
Lou.
Ah, the troll was too big for Kago, you say? Well, can I cast this on Kago?
You can.
I'm gonna make a gigantic Kago. There
You
we
have
go.
a gigantic Kago.
Now this is a fair
Right.
fight. I'm going to eat this
I think-
candied apple.
Are the children watching from the end of the alleyway, watching the fight?
Of course.
No, most of them are from around this are around the side now. And as a matter of fact, they all continue around the side and up into the building. And then Zord comes back. Yeah, that's nah, he'd probably be over here. He'd have a better shot over here. And then he decides he's going to. Where's my fucking sheet? Holy bananas! Did I delete his sheet too? There's too many sheets going on right now. And he is going to throw a dagger at the troll when I can find him again. An 18 definitely hits. And he's still hurting. And now you have a very, very mad troll.
Can I point out I've been yelling at him quite a lot, very loudly?
Yeah, the troll is absolutely... What am I dragging? Oh, okay, there we go. The troll is absolutely flabbergasted.
Mhm.
And it swings up in Harton's direction.
That's a miss. Can't you fucking do better? Come on, put your back into it, you old bastard.
He then, with his other claw,
There's the
swings
hit.
at Horik.
Oh no, that's him.
That's Horik, though.
Okay.
Does
Is it a
a 16
disadvantage?
hit?
It is a disadvantage.
Yes.
Yeah.
Damn it, 16 is a hit. Oh,
And then it also tries to bite down on the nearest thing it can bite, which is Bjorn.
What about the guy who is currently holding him? Oh no, he pushed him, sorry.
Yeah, he pushed him. And a lot of the yelling is coming from that direction. Yeah.
For fuck's sake. Harden with open arms, waiting to get hit.
So that's it for the troll. He doesn't regenerate because he's actively on fire. Renedrax.
Right. Let's help everyone else. I shall attempt to grapple again, but this time to push him over. So he's prone.
Okay.
God, that was an awful roll.
Strength. He goes over.
Alright, he's prone.
Right. Anything else with your turn?
Question, could I use my bonus action for quick stab here? Or not?
I don't think so because you already did something else that wasn't an attack. Is that correct?
Technically, a grapple attempt is part of an attack. You just replace the attack with the grapple attempt, which can also be a shove or a push.
DM's call.
I can. Yeah. Okay, you can stab him.
Alright. That would actually be at advantage then, but it's just a regular hit for 11 damage. And that will be it.
All right.
Yeah.
The next is going to be. Well, first off, let me make sure.
Yeah. Okay, never mind. Specific bit is you need to hit with a light melee weapon that you're holding, so then you can use your bonus action. It's not just taking the attack action.
Yeah, the question is, would an empty hand count as light weapon?
No, actually.
Yeah, it doesn't. Oh, well, we'll say it counts for once.
Yeah.
And then it won't count ever again.
Yeah. Yeah, because an unarmed attack does not have the light property. It doesn't have any properties.
That's
So the guards
dual wielding is
finally.
kind
The guards finally engage. And one does hit, barely. Did he do it? He reverse Malgurned it.
What? How's that work?
He killed it by more than one.
No, he killed it by exactly.
Oh, by exactly one, yeah.
And the troll is deceased.
Bjorn all eager to take a swipe and it just dies in front of him.
And you hear a lot of, very quickly the other guard starts trying to kick the burning effigy over onto it, try to, completely burn it up to make sure it's not a problem anymore.
Wait, hang on. Okay, just gonna quickly cut off a head.
No, you fucking put that back. That grows back. We'll get a trophy, just not one that ever comes back, eh?
Okay, just
Well, you
just
could
a
take the
tooth.
helm off of it.
Are you sure that
The helmet.
we can burn the stump or something?
Now the troll just flat out grows back. But yeah, it does have the helm on it, and the balls and chains and bits.
Yeah, okay, let's take that.
Well, it wouldn't grow back from just the skull, I suppose.
Yeah, you'd have to, completely strip it off in a vat of acid or something.
Oh, we could do that. Besides, we
Burn.
kind of need to. We've got the place is called it after all.
I mean,
Mhm.
can't we just burn all the flesh off?
Well, yeah, we got a flaming sword,
Yeah.
so that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right, all right. Now it's not gonna
So-
look pretty, Bjorn, but we got to take everything off everything. It's just got to be bone.
Bjorn, what's your turn gonna be?
I mean, guess I'm just going to town on this troll. That's gonna be my turn.
Uzana, what's your turn?
I light a torch and introduce it to the troll's body.
Okay. Horik, what's your turn?
Getting suspicious about more trolls showing up.
I am, for some reason. I'm going to use Wholeness of Being to get 9 hit points back.
Nice.
That sounds like a lovely idea. Gaddix, what are you gonna do?
I mean,
And
it's a
also,
troll.
I'm going to move over here and look down here just to see if there's any more trolls coming along somewhere or whatever, wherever this troll
You
came
do
from.
not see any trolls coming down the south entrance.
I listen out to see if there's any more screams or anything in the area.
Well, yeah, but it's just
Give
people
me a
who did not.
perception.
That's just from the people who didn't give the kids candy. They're done. There's no hope for them.
Yeah, give me a perception. So yeah, you hear nothing other than some excited kids screaming excitedly.
Okay. I am keeping an ear out just in case.
Gaddix, what are you gonna do?
Let's take a wee look here. That's
I'm
right.
going to study the troll because it'll improve my own troll.
Every square is 10 foot in this map, so it
Honestly,
looks a bit
I don't know.
different. He's out of range. Uzana did get mauled, eh?
Yep.
So of course, got to walk over. And a nice little cure wounds. Just level 1 though. There you go, love.
Oh, thank you.
Lou, nothing is going wrong whatsoever.
I'll just look over somewhere else, like up here, and see if there's anything wrong over there. I'm elevated at least.
In this direction, you do not see anything.
Yeah, I'll start heading downstairs, then go through the house.
Oh, good. Lou, as you open the door, the children are running over to the other balcony, the very long one that you're about ready to leave, and they are all shouting, "There's a troll! There's a troll! There's a troll!"
Oh,
Lou, you handle it!
I got him. He's easy. Let's go, kids. Stay inside.
You see Zord kind of pokes up along here, and sure enough, around the side of the corner, because now it is his turn after Zord is chilling there readying his action. Oddly enough, you're seeing him pick up a lot of rocks from the ground. And yep, you do see bumbling around the corner comes a troll. And it's screaming and it's wailing and it's having a grand old time. Not really. It looks miserable. Nadrax.
What a shame. Maybe we should give it a candy apple. It's its holiday after all.
Can I... Is there a stick or something? A burning stick I could pick up and try to poke the troll with it?
Yep.
Or...
Because it was all done up with sticks and straw and bits.
Beautifully so. It was an artisanal job there.
But I couldn't reach... Wait. I just realized that the squares
Well, it's 6 squares.
are double-sized. Like, if I'm moving 1 square, it says I'm moving 10 feet. Is that intentional?
Yeah, for some reason. No, I'm just counting each square as the 5 feet.
Yep.
Alright.
It's just to make it the appropriate size, otherwise you would have to like zoom in ridiculously.
Yeah. But that means I can actually get there with the bonus action and
Yeah.
try to poke him with the burning stick.
Okay.
Is just a strength check, I believe.
Yeah.
Nope.
Nope. You do not hit with burning stick.
Yeah.
The guards, one of them kind of gives a yelp and continues trying to burn the existing one. The other one, 1, 2, 3, gets up just out of range of the troll and readies an action in case the troll gets close. Bjorn!
Well, now, looks like well, let's just gotta hope that this fire's gonna take care of it. All right, and I'm just gonna charge at it. Fortunately, I got the charger feat, so I can still get one attack in. That's a hit.
Hit.
15 and 1 fire damage.
So it cannot regenerate for the moment.
It's fine. Yeah, end of my turn.
Uzana!
Did you include your extra damage there?
Yep.
From charging?
It's right there.
Oh,
No.
wait, sorry, no, I
Oh.
Yeah,
didn't.
you get like +5, don't you?
Oh, yeah, +5 to the attack's damage roll.
Yep, so let me add that on. There we go. Now Uzana.
Let me just verify something quick. Okay. Don't have measurement anymore.
Well, at least 6 squares
Hmm.
away.
Go. Moving here. And behinding the troll, there is now a flaming sphere.
The
That's my turn.
troll makes a very, very upset sound. Oric!
Well, he's got to make a... Is it on your turn you can bump him with it as your bonus? Force him to make a dex save?
I don't remember.
You can click the spell description. Yeah, 1 action. As a bonus action, you can move a spear up to 30 feet. If you ram it into a creature, it must make a saving throw.
Yep, so I'll ram it.
And then make a dex. It fails the dex.
That's a good 6 fire damage.
Mm-hmm. That's my turn.
I've just thrown a dart at it from here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Where was... Oh, the attack. There it is. Okay, yes. It did fit. Alright then. Gaddix, what do?
I'm gonna shoot the troll. Because I don't know what else to do.
Shoot the troll some more.
Get screwed!
17 hits.
Does Kago's movement speed change when he's big?
No.
No, just more damage on attacks.
Remember, you're only counting squares.
He can't really get in there though, so.
I mean, you could have him push past the guard and Bjorn,
Okay.
because they're friendly. You're allowed to do that.
Move.
Just hit on them.
You have to keep going, though. You can't stop.
Oh, in that case, I don't have the
Oh.
movement.
Okay. You can't have him dash?
I mean, I could, yeah.
Yeah, I put him up over here.
Yeah.
There you go.
Knock him in.
I always forget the dash is a thing.
Harton, you have another blinded troll.
Alright, up a charge. Let's hope this one's a bit less twitchy. Let's go second level as well. There's a 13 hit. Fucking hell.
Nope.
I'm getting cursed here.
Lou,
I really wish I wasn't in the air. How far down is it?
you could drop down. You would just lose half your movement.
Alright, I'll drop down. And then it's 1, 2, 3.
Wait, hang on a second. For fuck's sake, on these two, I've gone from 10, 11, 12, 13. That's my 4 rolls.
It sounds like you need some inspiring words. You got this, Harton. That guy hit your wife. Well, actually, no, he didn't. Wrong guy.
Yeah, this man would intend to, yeah.
Meanwhile, you see Zord. He's picked up a bunch of rocks and he actually seems to be juggling them. And you see him toss them up into the air up at the balcony where the children are, and each of the children grabs a rock. And then they start throwing rocks. And I'm gonna have Squidly also throw for the other girl that's up there.
Come on, James, put your arm into it.
Oh, you admonish the kid. He's doing his best here.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Yes.
That's the thing. Bjorn might
That was-
say that, but also you'll
Yeah.
come right to the defensive.
Oh yeah.
So as a matter of
Oh yeah,
fact,
but it's also got
Squidly-
to be a smile on his face. Come on.
Squidly is the only one that hits for 3 damage. However, now the troll is very confused because it's ringing off of his head. He's not able to hear anything because he's just hearing boom, and he's even more enraged and not sure what he's doing.
Come on, you fucker.
And as a matter of fact, yeah, he is now definitely bloodied. And he is just wildly swinging. Ooh, sorry,
get-
Bjorn.
He doesn't get the crit, though. Disadvantage.
Oh.
Yeah,
Just a 12. Good chunk out of you, though.
still. Yeah, I was about to say still. And then another one up Nadrax's way. I don't think a 10 hits.
Nope.
And I don't think a 10 hits you either for the bite.
Nope.
Nadrax, the troll doesn't like you.
I figured. I don't like him either. So let's stab him somewhere where it hurts.
That's a hit.
Is that also a hit?
That is also a hit.
right. That shall be 17 damage. And
Very
that
good.
will be- What?
I said very good. Anything
Yeah.
else?
Nope, that will be it.
Now this guard is getting ready to go try to do some kill stealing. Oh, I picked up Hearten instead. And he is going to not hit. He swings and a miss. Bjorn!
Hey. Well, first off, just in case, gotta do a second wind. Forget again. Was it just a
D10
hit
plus your-
dice?
It's
just a
D10 plus your
yeah.
level. So I think at this point it's your hit dice because you're a +3 on con, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there you go.
Hey! So negate and got a little bit extra from the last attack. Let's see if we can hit the troll. Come on. There we go. 8 plus 5 fire damage.
Alright, so that will be
13.
Yeah, no, I was counting up the. Yeah, we're close, but not. Uzana.
As long as it wasn't the M word.
Wow. Wow, that's what we're calling it now.
And another bump with the flaming sphere.
Con save.
Oh,
and then
actually, hang on. Did you do a deck save previously? For
I had
the,
done, yeah.
troll?
Well, no,
Yeah.
for
He ended
ending his
his
turn.
Okay.
Well, he still takes all this. Uzana might have got him.
How much damage is it?
11.
Yep. Uzana, it burns up to a crisp with your little bump.
Yay.
And the crowd goes mild.
And now you're out of initiative.
Okay, dismiss the flaming sphere.
Oh no, the kids were seen. The kids were throwing rocks. They're up on the balcony.
No, she says she's getting rid of her flaming sphere.
Oh, I thought you said the kids had missed the flaming sphere. I'm like, no.
Yeah, we're getting rid of the kids, yes. Yeah.
And I'll go get the torch from the other troll and bring it to go make sure this one's burnt up.
And in short
hang
order,
on.
you have some.
Hang on, let's just drag it a bit more out into the street, not right up next to the house.
So, laddie, as he looks down at the guard, any more of this? What the fuck was going on?
Sir, we haven't the faintest idea. We just saw it and we realized that we needed to do something about it. We appreciate your help, sir.
Aye, well, I mean, my own wasn't that great, but Bjorn here's got fair turn of hand, and Horik, he's got fists of lightning. And the rest of it all, my wee wife, look at that. Fucking amazing job she did.
Yeah, giant dog.
And Lou was here.
Yeah, I was snacking. You know how it is.
Nah, I'm only just joking. Good work, everyone. Well done.
Where did these come from?
We haven't. We don't know right now, sir. Currently, another bunch of our guards are out looking for more. I hope there's not very many more. This could get deadly very quickly.
I'm trying to work out where it would be, considering the headgear they've got.
Does anybody want to investigate them?
Yeah, I mean, they were wearing some strange hats and the balls and chains. I'm pretty sure they usually don't do that on their own.
Alex,
Yeah,
I'll give you a hand on this one. I'll heft it up for
I'll
you.
take a cursory glance on his own. Just gotta study the craftsmanship of the helmet.
Nadrax, you learn something very particular. You see on the helmet, there's a very, very faint, up at the top, symbol. It's a dot with lines coming out of it, out on each of the spokes. You recognize that symbol, Nadrax.
Alright.
That would be the Xanathar Guild.
Okay.
Hmm? You find
Yes.
anything interesting on it?
See this? Yeah, see this? I held the helm to him with the symbol up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've seen that in the sewer and whatnot. It's a Xanthars.
Yeah.
That floating thing with the stalks.
Oh, you don't know about that bit.
Yeah.
Well, no, we're
just-
equating it to the beholder we saw. Like, the symbol looks more like that than a sun.
Okay, I don't know anything about that, but that's
Yeah, nobody knows about that.
Yeah, that's the Xanathars Guild.
Hey, that was our first day dealing with that shite. Had a bunch of goblins and squawking birds.
I'm not surprised. But I am wondering what you're hoping to gain by releasing trolls up here.
Distraction, maybe?
Shits and giggles.
Maybe it was like an attack gone wrong, if they're really at war with another faction.
It could also be them just showing off that they can get away with doing shit like this.
The guard kind of pipes up, just says, "Oh, they're not going to get away with it."
No, you
Yeah,
mean like
fair.
you mean like if they're having a clash with others, like Lou said there, and showing off that they can be a bit. They've got more. They can waste something like this here. We like a pissing contest between it and the other bunch. But hopefully
You notice?
hopefully you'll lot will deal with this. Right.
Oh, sir, we will. We certainly will. Let me call in our I'm gonna have to call in my superiors, and we're gonna have to take the evidence away to make sure that we see what's going on here. See he starts hustling.
Can we keep one of the helmets? We trophy.
Yeah, there's 2 helmets.
I can't say one way or the other, but I can get my boss and we can ask him.
Alright, no worries.
That'd be fair pay or anything. Thanks for the kind word.
Can we get a skull as a trophy?
He comes back. I don't see why not.
Ooh, troll skull!
Remember, Bjorn, when you're doing this, it's a troll, so you've got to do the job thorough. Can't have anything left but the bone.
Aye. I don't
So
know
don't-
how to kill a troll.
No, I'm pointing out, like, don't just fucking leave it there for an hour while you have a few wee tipples. That'll be a problem. If you must walk away, leave it on top of the sword or on an open flame.
Yep. So the guard does start walking away to go get his superiors. And you see the original guy who came running out of the alley walks on up to you all and he starts giving you a very nice round of applause and just says, Thank you. I don't know what we would have done if we didn't have your help there.
No worries.
I'm Brahma Sultul.
Are you now?
Waterdeep, of the Sultul family.
Brahma Sultul.
Hey, you know how to spell that?
Let's see, I'll have a guess. I know this is wrong, but phonetically...
Oops, as I accidentally...
That sounds about right for his fucking name.
I thought I had a dumb name, Lululemon.
Yeah, this is why we don't bother with the city folk.
Oh, he's a bromass. He's a swole
Yeah,
guy.
Bromas. You also have to remember I'm talking weird right now because I had a camera down my throat.
No, it's fine. This is probably the ridiculous name anyway.
Mm-hmm. But there you go. Bromas Salt Tool.
Hey, I pass around the names.
So,
Is this your tavern up here?
Well, it's our home. It's not quite a tavern just yet. It was, but we haven't quite got it up and running.
Oh, well, if you do, make sure you let me know. I mean, I'd be happy to drum up some business for the folks who saved my life.
No worries, no worries. Bit of word of mouth would be handy. As said, though, it's still just a wee home at the mo. Shouldn't be too long before we get up and running. I mean, probably would have done if there had been a bounty on these, but I guess they're a bit of a surprise factor.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
And you
wanna
see
sit
Zord
down?
kind of. Oh,
oh,
who was that
wait,
for?
before you go, sir. Did you? When these troll happened, the troll showed up. Did you happen to see where they were coming from?
No, I didn't. I was coming up down from the alley, the south entrance, and I just came up and I just heard it behind me, and I coming through the mist, and I ran.
We should have a wee look there. Just point us away, we'll have a wee gander.
And
I
you also
again listen to see if there's any more screaming around.
okay, give me an insight. Or not an insight.
Well, it's
Perception. I'm
it's
having
the
a
same
dumb.
roll.
It's the same thing. You don't really notice anything.
That's good.
If there's something you're not hearing it.
I mean, there's an explosion all, but it's just kids having fun.
Mm-hmm.
Half the slum district is up in fire, it's fine, it's fine. Someone just didn't pay the toll.
Oh, and Cargo's going back to normal size, obviously.
That was someone who only candied the apple on one half of it.
There's a cart running past with a couple of kids in charge of it, dragging behind two people on a rope.
And you see Zord, he kind of walks up, bravo! So now we have the Troll Slayers of Troll Skull Alley.
I see the theme's going to go a wee bit stronger. To be fair though, I mean, we did wrestle with one on our first day here, and clambered out of a yawning portal pit.
Oh, that happens time to time.
Hey,
It's very amusing to see Durnan deal with it.
Hey, swanned on in trying to show off. We made a fair record. This is a bit weird though, because it's not only that they were unleashed, but why are they bloody blinded?
If I had to guess, somebody was trying to play a game.
Well, I'd say that's cheating and hide and seek. Probably not that useful for tag, neither. I mean, I could imagine these things clambered out like a fighting pit, but you're a civilized place, you don't really have that sort of thing going.
That is correct, we don't.
I mean, criminals sort of probably do down below, but it's not like you can check the scars or anything, they're fixed too quick.
Yes, I'm not entirely sure where this all came from, but hopefully we're going to be done with it shortly, and it'll be without loss of life.
Uh-huh. Giving him a suspicious eye there.
Why are you giving him a suspicious glare?
Really, you're sounding very much like you've got like he's not saying this, he's thinking it. You sound like you've got a lot of stake in this here, perhaps part of an organization. Maybe one that likes feathered hats.
But why would he set... sorry, I'm looking for my missing earphone. Why would he set trolls loose?
No, not that he's the cause of it, but he's part of a particular faction we may have knowledge of. that would do things like send some idiot up on a rooftop.
Well, I mean, he did say that he did not send those bottles to you.
Mm-hmm. But someone in charge of them might have. Hey. Certainly a lot. I mean, I've got a feeling this is more of a statement than a direct attack. After all, if you wanted to do this, like, you know, if you wanted to send them after a target, you wouldn't fucking blind them.
Fair point.
That's just the weird bit there.
Do we have any idea who would do this?
Well, I mean, they've got the Xanathar symbol on them. But could be some other bunch let them loose instead. Like, this ball and chain, the helmet and all this could be something to keep them in storage for a while, quiet and docile, as far as you go. Then some arsehole comes along and says, I'm gonna fuck this up. And let them loose and say, haha, now they're taking the blame for it. Otherwise, it's just confusing.
Or theoretically, it could just be one very, very bored Xanathar.
We'll have no idea in the measure of the man-woman thing.
Yeah, nobody's ever seen this Xanathar.
You think it's like a person
So I've
or a
heard.
council or something?
Could be. More likely it's an individual.
I'd
Just
say
one
it
that's
doesn't.
very, very good at hiding.
I'd say it doesn't sound like much of a name, but that opinion has changed on our first few days here. Fucking floon. Hey, good job getting the
Ay,
bairns
ay.
away, though.
Anytime, I'm certainly not going to let them get hurt.
Aye. Hey, are you free anyway?
We're fine. You see... Sorry, taking a breath. You
Take
see,
your
well, because I'm looking because my earphones fell down and I've lost one of my earbuds, so I have to go find it. But yeah, Nat and Squidly seem like they're rather amped up. Meanwhile, Jenks looks like he's a bit terrified through the whole ordeal. But Squidly just goes, that was really cool! Can we do it again?
Probably. We'll see how we go, though.
Okay. I think this probably means we shouldn't go out tonight.
Sorry to say, probably, aye. It's alright, you got a good haul, though.
We did. Just means that we have to cut their tricks down.
Aye, well, I think that'll be good. Guards will be too alert. They might look at some nefarious little mischief and just think, aye, we'll crack down that a little bit harder now that there's been trolls on the boat.
True. And we do want to keep our noses clean.
Aye, you definitely do that. Spend some time giving Jinx a little bit of a breathing routine on how to calm down.
Yeah, he's trying to calm himself down. He was clearly not thrilled with it, but he did partake.
Aye. Oh, actually, I have summoned for this. Come to think of it, why not? So, it's the end of the day. Let's burn that last level 2 slot. And cast Calm Emotions.
You do see Jinx calms down.
It'll pass, but just remember this feeling, just have a nice wee relaxing moment.
Okay. I mean, it was kind of exciting.
It was, and you did well. A lot of you's got a good arm on you. We'll have to do a wee practice there.
All right. So anybody else have anything they want to do now?
Well, I think we were just going to check the fog at the southern part.
Aye.
See if there's more trolls walking about.
Follow Bromas if there's any indication of where they came from. Like, a hole in the ground.
Mhm.
Or a shipping crate.
As you're wandering around, you don't really see much.
Did these trolls leave any tracks of any form?
Not particularly, because here's the problem. This is just cobblestone street.
Yeah, it's a paved city.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that might be the case.
Don't forget, you guys have got to go find a horse.
I was actually just going to ask the kids, where's the talking horse?
Talking horse?
Yeah, supposedly there's a talking horse who does a wagon service around the city somewhere.
It's called Maxine.
We don't know of a talking horse.
Well, I guess we're just going to look stupid then and go around asking horses if they are Maxine.
Hey, well. You know the usual routes of transport, eh?
Yeah, we do.
Aye. You could help narrow it down a wee bit. So we're looking for a wagon that's not got, festooned with people on it. Except if they're in the back. Look for one that's got a bit of more of an independent steed. But we'll do that tomorrow.
Yeah, I imagine there won't be reins or anything, or possibly not even a driver.
We can look for you.
Hey.
That'd be a great help.
And yes, the city guard does come back with his boss, and after much deliberating, they do agree to let you take one of the helmets, but they take both the ball and chains, and they do let you keep a skull.
Excellent.
Both skulls or just one?
Just one.
We only need one. We're not troll skulls, Ali. That doesn't roll off the tongue properly.
Your troll skull manor.
Yeah.
Question is, how are we going to display it? Inside, outside, hanging, on a pedestal?
Oh, on the wall, of course. Above a bar.
Well, the helmet could be on the outside of the skull inside.
What if we turned the helmet into a chandelier?
Possibility.
And then the preceding night where Harton checks in on Bjorn every 5 minutes to make sure he's doing a proper job carving every bit of flesh off the skull and incinerating it.
Just boil it in the pot for a while. That should take care of it.
Wee bit of vinegar for acid damage, and there we go.
Yep. All the meat and everything should peel straight off.
Now I need a new pot.
Probably.
Yeah, I suppose I could help as well. Vomiting over it occasionally.
Then give it a good lacquer to give it a nice shiny finish. Make those teeth really stand out.
And now careful, you don't want to get rid of their natural foul yellowing. You've got to keep some of the flavour of this as a nasty, ugly troll. You give them pearly whites, people are going to be questioning the authenticity.
We kill the cultured orc. I mean troll.
Well, how'd it feel, love, to be a defined troll slayer? I guess she's gone. I think we're done with activities, at least.
Yep. I was about to say it's about time to get wrapped up anyways.
Yep.
Yeah.
I am boiling in here for some reason.
Yeah, you also sound you're getting a bit short on breath.
Well, I was rolling around trying to find my stupid earbud container because it fell down, so it spilled the earbud.
Alright, so we'll cap this off with an evening.
Yeah. It is a pretty good cutoff point.
Yeah. It's also almost 5:30 in the morning, so
Yep.
Yeah.
Time to hit the button.